That's who I gotta get with. I tried to go get a drink. Look, I could only afford to get her a drink. I couldn't get me a drink. I had to get like a water. I was like, look, when I came back with her drink, she's like, you don't drink? I was like, nah, I'm healthy. I don't, I just don't drink. Chick, you don't know. I couldn't even afford that drink. But I'm glad that happened. And the reason I'm glad that happened is because it taught me that my circle was all messed up. I was the richest person in my circle, and I wasn't rich. I said, I got to get a new circle. So fast forward, we went to school, graduated, started working for the government, making what I thought was good money. At the time, I'm living large. I got a nice, good job, government job. I think I was making at that time about $28 an hour, which translated to like $58,000 a year. I feel like I'm rolling. And then I started to be around people who were making $60, $70, $80 an hour. I was like, man, what I thought was doing good, I wasn't nowhere near doing good. I was average. I felt like I was doing something until you compare yourself to people who really doing something. So I said, I need to change. And this is the problem with most of y'all. Y'all get comfortable. You get satisfied where you at. You don't want to change. You at the top, you the top man in your circle. And you look around and you the man. And that's the worst position to be in. So I said, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. I'm getting comfortable. I want to change. There's an old saying from a book that I read. The gentleman said that the captain was taking their people to war. He said they sailed across the sea. He said they landed. They unpacked everything. The captain turned around and said, burn the ship. Burn the ship down. The reason why? He said you got two choices. You can either fight or you die. There is no other choice. So I said, I want to be in a certain place. I know that if I feel comfortable in this job, and I'm always going to have it, I'm not going to be in the place I want to. So I quit. I was like, I got enough money to get through some tuition and to pay my house note. But now I got to make it. There is no time that I can't sit. I want to go back to school, redo myself, get a better career, something more successful. I wanted to travel. I wanted to be in a position where I could work, be anywhere in the world and travel. And I wanted to make about 3 times what I was making. So I quit. Took a chance on myself. See, a lot of y'all don't invest in yourself. Y'all will invest in some chicks. Y'all invest in some cars, even some new sneakers, but you don't invest in yourself. And then you wonder why you're a failure. You wonder why you're not successful. When I was younger, I used to admire some people. And I'm like, man, that dude is the man. That brother, he got it going on. And fast forward 20 years, he ain't the man. He don't have no money. He didn't save up. He spent his money on the wrong thing. And now he's nobody. Nothing. Broke. Busted and disgusted. I didn't want that to happen to me. So I burned my ship. A lot of y'all scared to burn that ship. A lot of y'all scared to move forward and see what else is out there. But I had to burn it. So I took a chance on me. And the reason why is, like I said, I knew I had to make it. I didn't have a mom to go back home to. I didn't have nothing to fall back. When I fail, I fail. I remember a time that when I had quit, and this is crazy. I was doing this part-time at this office, doing this office work just to get by. Couldn't pay the rent. I was with this chick and we got into it. She said, you got to leave. I ain't have nowhere. You know what I did? I had to rent a storage unit, put all my clothes in the storage unit. And I used to go to like Bally's gym. So I used to go to the gym every morning. They're like, man, you dedicated to get to the gym. Nah, brother, this is where I got to take a shower and change my clothes. And I had to roll like that for 3 months. 3 months I had to roll. Why? Because I knew what the end goal was going to be. I knew where I was going to be, and I just couldn't give up. I was like, I got to do this. And the people at the job thought, man, he's a great worker. He's like the first person here and the last person to leave. Brother, you don't know that I was sleeping there. That's why I was the first person there and the last person to leave. And I used to, when it came time, I used to leave out in the morning, right? When they got there, right before they got there. I remember one person came in like at 4. I used to leave out at 5 because the gym didn't open until like 5:36. Man, I used to go to the gym, had to get my shower mode in, get ready and get prepared. But I say that because there's a lot of people out there I know that could have made the change. That could have been something great. I want y'all to think back to some people, because I can think back to my childhood. And you say, man, that dude was fast. Like I played ball. I played football, Pee Wee, all the way up through college. And there were some people that came out of high school. Beast. No dedication. Didn't follow through. Potential. And somebody told me, you know what potential is? Potential is you ain't did shit yet. That's exactly what potential is. You ain't did shit yet. It's sad to see a dude that like 6'6" got talent. And you're like, man, you ain't playing basketball? Nah, I ain't playing basketball. Reason you poor is because you don't blame nobody else. You blaming the system. You blaming all of this other stuff. What you got to do is, and a lot of people are afraid to do it. I say go into monk mode because that's what I had to do. What's monk mode? That's inspired by a disciplined lifestyle, just like a monk. You go into a tense period of uninterrupted productivity. And that's what I did. I buried myself in me. I bet on me. Bet on black? Well, I'm brown, but that's what I bet on. A lot of y'all scared. A lot of y'all scared because of what people gonna think about you. What that chick gonna think about you. Well, somebody that you don't care about you gonna think about you. So I'm gonna tell you how my life went and how I still got those values and how I still got that money. We're gonna show receipts today. Today we're gonna show all the receipts. So let's get back to this. There was a story, man. I can't remember this person's name. He said it great, but the story goes like this. It was a guru that sits on the top of a mountain. And a gentleman said to the guru, I want to be rich. The guru said, no problem. Meet me here tomorrow on the beach. I'm going to tell you the secret to be rich and be successful. Guy meets him on the beach. He there right before the sunrise, bright and early, because he needs to get this knowledge. He wants to be rich. Guru says, let's walk into the water. So he walks into the water. Gets about here. All of a sudden, it's over his head. The guru takes his hand and smashes his head down underwater. Dude is fighting. He's fighting. I can't breathe. He's fighting. He's like, I got to get up. I got to get up. At the last minute, when he thought he was going to black out, the guru let him up. He's pissed off. What the hell, bro? I came here this morning because I wanted to be wealthy. And all you did is try to kill me by drowning me. The guru left. He follows the guru up to the mountain. And when he gets there, he said, I came here. I trusted in you. I came to find success. And all you did was try to drown me. And the guru said, what is it that you wanted to do when you was underwater? What's the most important thing on your mind? The guy said, man, I just wanted some air, man. I needed to breathe. And he said, when you want to be as successful as much as you wanted to breathe, you'll be successful. That means the partying, you forget about it. I remember I was going to college. It's like, I can't do this. Y'all partying? I can't. I got a mental place I got to be to. I got somewhere I got to be. I can't do it. but a lot of y'all can't give it up. That's why y'all not successful. So let's go through here and let's just roll. I want to say how I make some money. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Ronan up if you all right, Ronan. I'm still going on dry, but you can be in the back seat if that's all right. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, all right. So how do I make some money? Or how do I keep my money? Because there's two ways somebody told me you can make money. You can make more money or you can save more money. So what do? I remember I was going to the bank and I was getting some money out and was with this chick, put the ATM card in, get a little money out, put the receipt down. She was like, I think the receipt, after I took the money out, said like $100 on my account. She was like, you ain't got no money. You broke. Yep, you are exactly right. Because what I learned is I don't want to have no money at the end of the month. None. I want to be completely on zero till that next check comes. I know that sounds stupid. I'm like, what the hell? That makes no sense. Nah, that's why it makes sense. When you understand that your savings account is only giving you 1% interest and your money market account is giving you 29% interest, where you want your money at? See, a lot of us want to be cash heavy. We want to be able to show those receipts. We want that bling, but that bling don't give no returns. That bling don't make no money. One thing I learned was I didn't need it all. I didn't need all that stuff. So how else do I make some money? And a lot of y'all don't do it. Y'all take advantage of the system when it's welfare. Y'all take advantage of the system when y'all can get over. Y'all get the free housing, Section 8, everything like that. PPP loans, you do all that shit to try to take advantage of the system. But when your job gives you the system, when they give you the advantage, y'all don't take advantage of that. What the fuck y'all leaving this money on the floor for? I learned that I don't want to leave no money out there. So let's just take one interest. Let me see if I can find it. And the reason I say that is my company, it matches 6% of the income. So if I invest my money with them, I get 6% free. 6% free. That means if I have $100,000 I invested, I'm getting $6,000 and I haven't done anything. I ain't done nothing. I just put my money in. So that's free money that they just gonna match for me. So that's 6%. I made 6, they make 6. Appreciate it. Thank you for that free money. Another thing is, let me see if I can find this. This is my return. So I invest my money. And as you can see, this was as of today. Somewhere that date was on there. Oh, no, as of 3/28. Oh, okay. 29% return. I just want you to think about that. So I take my money and I invest it. It ain't being smart. It ain't being like, oh man, you a genius or something. Last year on this date, 29%. You know what that means? That means if you made $100,000, you invested your 100, you didn't touch it. You didn't do nothing with that 100. You made basically $30,000 off of your money for doing nothing but just investing it. Let me go up a little bit more. So I just want to, I ain't trying to brag or anything like that. I'm just trying to show you. So I think here is my Fidelity account, of which I can't pull up any brighter. Let me see if I can bring this up. Maybe bring it up like this. Maybe like this. So I can't. But if you can see it there, which is going to be a little more difficult. Let me see if I can even see it on my screen. Just over the years when I started investing, it's $1,200,000. And I'm not a rich person. I just put the money aside. Just in the first quarter. So this is for 3 months from January until March. I made, what is that? $40,000. 40. I invested, let's see, employee. I put in 10. They gave me 3. The market, the market gave me 27. So in a year, I think last year, I know I made just over that, like 60, $70,000 just by investing. We don't do that. Because you know what we invest in? Some tennis shoes. We don't buy Nike stock. We buy Nikes. We don't buy Amazon stock. We just shop at Amazon. We will fucking Netflix and chill and not buy Netflix. Come on now. It's free money sitting out there. And I'm not a genius about it. What I did was, I said, if I can live outside of a fucking storage unit and I can live in my car and I didn't need all that, why I need all that when I get the money? I don't. I can put all my money aside. Every time I get a raise, people like if I started off when I put people don't understand 37% of my income just from work goes into investment. It never changes. When I get a bonus, I put that aside. Whenever I get an incentive or a raise, I put it there. So my paycheck for the last 5 years has been the same. No matter what kind of raise I got, it's still the same. Let me bring you up. Oh, it's still the same. None of that has changed. What y'all don't understand is compound interest. Y'all don't use it. Y'all don't try it. Compound interest, that means your money making money. Instead of going out, and we're gonna get to the chicks. We're gonna get to how y'all spend money and waste money. Because I can do the same thing you do with the same chicks and don't spend none of the money. None of it. Let's go to that. So say you don't have your investment. That's what I do also. Even though I spend that much money, let's see what I got. Did I put it on here? Stash, which I bet I did. Let me see if I can find it on my computer. So there's a place called Stash. And what Stash lets you do is you can take a percentage. You can't buy whole stock. Say Netflix is like $300 a stock. You can buy percentages of stock. So every week I take $150 out, put to the side, let it grow. That's beyond over on what I did for my work. And I say all this because what pissed me off today when I'm rolling, and I'm gonna show that car again because I feel good in it. Let me know when that. The only bad thing about the car is I'm gonna let you know. When you bald and you in Texas, bruh, you gotta wear some sunscreen on that head. This bald head, boy, man, I be getting the peeling. And I got another car my wife got. I got a motorcycle that I actually got rid of because I felt I was gonna kill myself. But what pissed me off the most was people see you at the finish line and they don't know what it took for you to get there. They don't know how hard you had to work, or the nights you didn't sleep, the way you stayed up, you were doing homework, you were studying, all of those things, and you got rewarded for it. You got rewarded. You broke because you don't want to be successful. You want to wear your clothes and your shoes. I love it when somebody say your clothes, your shoes, and all that. How did it go? My clothes, my shoes, and my belt is more than what you got in your bank account. You're right. Because I don't keep money in the bank, baby. Money in the bank don't make money. Go look at the interest rate that you're getting in the bank. It's like 2%. I don't even think it was like under 1%. Yeah, you're right. What you got on make more than me. But let's look at your stock portfolio. Let's look at your investments. And we're gonna go all through there. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. Because the reason I can do this is I grew up without no money. So I understood what it took to get money. Let's do this. Y'all say, man, I'm a passport bro. I like to fly. I like to go out of the country. I like to do all of those things. Well, there's a method to the madness I do. One, I use my credit cards. Yes, I use credit cards. Why do I use credit cards? So I can get every damn point that's out there. If I'm already going to pay my mortgage, I'm already going to have to pay that. So you know what I pay my mortgage with? I pay my mortgage with my credit card. And I say that because I got a Bank of America Spirit credit card. I spent no extra money. I'm already a gold member. You know what that means? When I go on Spirit or I go on Delta, I got an American Express, which is Delta. I got the American Airlines. I don't buy luggage. All my luggage, I give them the first one on. So when I want to hop down to Colombia, I want to take a quick trip. All that's paid for. I'm the one person who gets. You don't get no free drink when you on Spirit. I get a free drink. I'm the first one on. I get a free drink and I get some potato chips. But I didn't spend no extra money. I took the same amount of money I was going to spend anyway and just pay it. And then I pay that off. And I get the point. So this is already, you got to have 5,000 points in order to be gold. We in like April. I'm already, it don't even count yet. I'm at 2,000. I'll be at 5,000 without taking one trip, without rolling. That's what you can do. Y'all fools out there just spending money on your credit card, wasting it, and not using things efficiently. Efficiently. That's what y'all not doing. You also know what I do every quarter? I go through and I look at my credit cards. So I say, oh man, here's like, ain't no numbers on it. Don't worry, y'all can't steal that. Numbers on the back. I say every credit card I go through, and I make a phone call to every credit card company. And I say, what incentives y'all have? Can y'all lower my interest rate? What other points can I use this for? Because I want to use it as efficiently as possible. So if they say, hey, we got a bonus we're going to go through, that's what I'm going to use. I use the card with the most points. Let's take example how I use it. American Express, and I think I told Kanal about this. At the time, I wanted to get some glasses. So let me see if I got my glasses. These are my Ray-Bans, the one he got, the Meta, the Record. I said, man, I want those. American Express had a deal when it came to a Sunglass Hut or Ray-Ban. It was $75 off. I just used the card I was going to use. I got the points for it. That's how I do it. The same thing you going to buy, I buy. But I save money. And you know what else? We'll get to another way something like this saves me money. When I go on my trips, I don't pay for the luggage, all included. I use those points. Another thing I do is if I need to use some points for a flight, I use my points for a flight. Where y'all live at, I'm not sure where y'all go grocery shopping. Me, I'm from Ohio, so Cincinnati is the home of Kroger, so there's Kroger's here. And I like to use Kroger's. Sometimes Walmart, some other places. But you know what I do? Kroger's, let me see if I can find this. I'm giving y'all game, man. I'm giving y'all game and y'all don't even realize it. Y'all don't realize it, how much money y'all can save by doing the small things you can. All right, this is Kroger's. As you can see right here, this is 4 times the points, 4 times the fuel points. Boom. So every time before I go shopping, always clip my coupons. Always do that. Not even an issue. But what else do? I know I'm going to go out for the month. Say, man, I'm going to go out to get me something to eat. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to use my Airbnb because I'm going to travel. I'm going to get an airline. I might have to buy, the girl something from the candles from Bath and Body Works. So I go there and I get all the gift cards. You can see, I'll show them. Everywhere I think I'm gonna eat, I get a gift card. Because I may use it then, I may not use it then. Boom, I get the gift cards. You know why I get the gift cards? For two reasons. So let's just say I want to go to where did I just go? Fogo de Chao. I want to go there. I know I'm gonna spend $100. So I'll go over to Kroger's. I'll buy me a gift card, $100 gift card. I'm gonna get the points on that. I'm gonna get the fuel points. Sometimes Walmart or Sam's Club will have it where if I want to go there, Sam Clubs will sell that same gift card, $100 gift card for $75. So before I even went to eat, I'm going to the same restaurant you going to, brother. Fogo de Chao. I'm going to the same restaurant you going to, but I'm paying a lot less. I ain't paying what you pay. Why else? I got a few cars. Sometimes it can get expensive driving cars. I know gas. Where I'm at in Texas, it's a little cheaper. Ronan, you down in Texas, so we got a little cheaper. Some people come down here and they're like, man, your gas is cheap. You go up north, you paying $4. You got a car like that LC, that only take premium. You paying the upwards. So what does it do for me? I get fuel points, baby. I get fuel points. For the same trip I'm going to do, I just buy a gift card for it. If I'm going on Airbnb, before I go, I'll calculate how much my Airbnb is going to be. All right, I'm going to stay there this many days. It's going to cost me $400. I take that $400. I go to Kroger's and I buy me a $400 Airbnb card. I just did two things. I used my credit card that I was going to use anyway, and I got points for that. Then I got fuel points from using it from Kroger's because I got the 4 times as many points. So what does that mean? That means when I go get gas, I tell old girl, we taking all the cars at one time and we go get gas. And I put 35 gallons in there in all the cars. I just saved $1 for every gallon I got. Every time I fill up, if I fill up twice a month, I just save $70. Now, there go your money to spend on a hoe. There you go right there. By doing nothing but what you already would have done. So let's talk about why you broke. You broke because you can't change the people around you. And you're afraid to change the people around you. Because if you can't change the people around you, brother, you have to change the people around you. And some of y'all scared to get rid of the friends that y'all was with, that y'all hung out with, that y'all didn't make it with. Y'all afraid to get rid of. And they not doing nothing for you. They dream breakers. They killing your dream. That's what they always do. When you say you want to be successful, they kill your dreams. You can't do that. You can't do this. Fearless, man, you a fool, man. You got this good government job, man. You making $50,000, $60,000 a year. You gonna quit? How you gonna quit? You just gonna quit like that. What you gonna do? You too old to go into IT. You can't make it there. That's a young man's game. You want to travel? How you want to travel, man? You can't do that. You can take a little vacation, but you can't live out the country. You can't go 1 week every month going somewhere. That's impossible. Okay. All right. I like impossible. I like to make the possible out of impossible. Those same people doing the same thing. And you know what they do? You know how I know they're watching? They hit that like button when I post on Instagram. Man, now they say, how can I be like you? How can I be like you? Well, when you want it, as bad as you want to breathe, you can do anything you want. I used to work out. I still work out. I used to work out with a partner. Before I worked out with him, I like to be at the gym early. Get it out the way first thing in the morning. I remember they said to me, I'd work out with you. Can you call me? Wake me up? I said, the fuck? No, I can't do that. Hell, mother. No, nobody wake me up. I wake myself up. You know why I wake myself up? Because that's how bad I want it. And when you get to the point that nobody got to wake your ass up, that's how bad you gonna want it. When you get tired of being who you are and doing what you're doing, if you always did what you always do, when you always get what you always got, then you're going to understand you don't want to be in that situation. I asked God, put me in such a bad situation that I'm forced to do something that I don't want to do. Bring this out of me. Make me work for it. And that's what you do. When I went into IT, I ain't no nibbles. And I'm glad I ain't know nothing, because there was a lot of people in there fake pretending. They was doing their thing. I'm faking it until they making it. I couldn't fake it. I ain't know enough to fake it. So I had to study. I had to put in the work so I could talk the lingo. All that stuff I had to do. And because I did that, then I came out successful. When I had the co-op, there were some people like, oh, I just get a job here, I'll get a job there. Nah, not me. I ain't had no money. So when we had the big co-op conference where all the big corporations would come, you had the GEs, the Toyotas, the Amazon, all these places would come, and they looking for new talent. Oh, bruh. I put on my suit, my tie, had my resume going, first one there. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to leave here until somebody hire me. I'm not leaving. Let me put this on, man. People trying to bother me when I'm trying to get through my thing. I'm on a roll now, and I'm not going to shut up. Yeah, I've been talking for 30 minutes, 38 minutes to be exact, and I'm going to keep going because this information is what you need to hear. And I'm sorry if you think I'm on a rampage or you wanted to see some booty shaking tonight or some other things. It's not going to be the night. You know, sometimes you got to give the people the medicine. You got to get some candy. You got to put the medicine inside. So this is your medicine. I don't want y'all, don't like my page. Don't say, oh man, that's a great way to go. I remember I went down to North Carolina, Greenpoint, North Carolina. And I met, man, what's the name of that hair product? Dudley Hair Care Products. A lot of y'all people don't know, but there's a brother who started Dudley Hair Care Products, started in his home. Older black man. Said that there's two things I learned from that. One, when I asked him how he became successful, he said that he learned from a dude named Fuller Brushes. They used to go door to door and make sales, Fuller Brushes. And he said that man taught him everything he knew. He said number two, so let's talk about number one. He said when he made it, I guess Mr. Fuller had, fell on bad times. And he said, that man took care of me and I took care of him. When he was on bad times, I took care of him. And that's what we don't do. When we make it, we won't want to look back. Also, he said that he had some workers and he was tired of paying for his workers to go somewhere. He said, when I want to go on a trip, can't nobody go with me. I'm going on these vacations. I'm going to some nice places and nobody wants to roll with me because they can't afford it. So he said, I got to get my friends up because I want them to travel with me, but I'm not going to give them no money. I'm going to show them the way to make their own money. I'm going to show them how to be successful. I'm going to give them that fishing pole. And that's what y'all need to do. When you make it, look back and get it. But don't be afraid to ask somebody else how you can make it. Another thing is, y'all brothers, let me see if I can find this one. Wishing. A lot of you guys, and I don't know why y'all do it. Where did I have it at? Card, Donnie. Let's think of something else. I'm going to bring this one up. This isn't the one I wanted to bring up, but I'll bring it up anyway because we're going to talk about it. All right. This is called spirit dining. I got dining with every card that I have. Why? Because I'm gonna eat at the same place as you're gonna eat at, and I'm gonna have these extra points that I'm gonna use to get all the stuff I need. I bought a watch. I like to make sure I got the walking in. This is my Samsung watch. You know how much I spent on this watch? I don't know because I didn't buy it. I got it with points, baby. I used my points to get this watch. That's what I did. I ain't spend nothing. The money I was spending already. Christmas came and I said, you know what? Shit, I need a new watch. That's how I did it. I don't do that. Let me see if I can bring something else up because I want to show y'all and y'all gonna think. And what I think a lot of times, oh, can I do it on this one? Let me see. And nobody taught me. Nobody taught me about credit. A lot of times nobody taught y'all about credit. You know how I knew I had credit? Because somebody was putting my name on credit stuff before I was even old enough to get things. That's what they was doing in the Black community. That's what y'all was doing. You know, you get the cable in your son's name, you get this in somebody else's name, and that's how y'all rolling. And then I learned how powerful credit can be. How powerful it can be. Why is it so powerful? Because when I want to go get a credit card, I can go there, no money down. Or if I want to go buy something, I don't have to put no money down. My interest rates are extremely low. When you go to get a house mortgage, they say, man, there's different tiers. Let me tell you, when you go to get a house mortgage, there are different tiers you got to go through. You're going to get this tier. We're going to charge you this much interest rate. You got to put this much down. Or you can put like a little bit down. Interest rate going to be higher. That's how we're going to judge you. Let me see if I can find this part. So what I started to do was I was not brought up with credit being a thing. You know, it was like, yeah, you don't have no good credit. You know, you at 600. And I learned that, man, that's like a fool. Credit is something y'all do. If y'all got kids, man, if you got a kid, he's like 18 or something like that, help that brother out. Teach them about credit because there's so much things you can do with it. Let's see. I'm loading my FICO score up if y'all wondering. So I'm going to share this with you. Let me see. I'll make sure it ain't got no personal information on it. Nope. Share my screen. I'll do American Express. Should be there. Am I there? Nope. There we go. This is where I'm sitting at. Some of y'all ain't never seen nothing over 800. Some of y'all ain't seen nothing over 700. Some of y'all ain't seen nothing over 600. But y'all got on Nikes. But I bet you got on them Nikes. I bet you do. I bet you got some crazy stuff going on. I bet you got that gold. I bet you got them diamonds. Bet you got them new Jordans on. I bet you even got a nice car without insurance. And that's how y'all think y'all gonna make it. Like I said, you are the reason you are not successful. You are the reason that you failing. All right. Let's talk about another thing. Y'all don't use your time wisely. And Ronan, you can chime in anytime you want, brother, but I'm gonna be on a rant for a minute, but you welcome to chime in. Y'all don't use your time wisely. That's why you're fucking losers, man. Every time, let me get this. Let me see. Every time I have a meeting, you know how I stay in shape? I do exercise in between my meetings. Because a lot of y'all gonna die early. Y'all gonna die early because y'all ain't doing nothing but sitting down all day, running your mouth all day. While you outside and you listen to hip hop and you listen to what's that? Prince outlived Michael Jackson. Boom. You listen to that, and I'm listening to something about finances. Because I know that song ain't gonna make me no money. but I'm gonna learn how to make some money. I remember this commercial that used to come on. This way before your time. This when the Army was good. And the Army would come on and show a dude sweating. He outside working. And they said, I think it was the Marines. They said, we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. That's me. I do more before 9 a.m. than most of y'all suckers do all day. Y'all sleeping in. Sleep is more important than success. Resting for you is more important to success because you don't want it. Y'all don't want it. You don't know how to delegate your time. When you get to a certain point, when you find out how important your time is, there's some things you rather pay for because your time is more valuable than that. And I'm sorry, I haven't gotten to none of the chats, brother. I ain't even looked down. I'm still on the roll. You'll find out how important your time is. I remember I used to be like, man, I'm going to save some money. I'm going to wash my cars. I wake up on Saturday and I got to wash the cars and I do the lawn. I do all of that. And I'll be up at, 7 o'clock doing that. I'm out there till noon. That's 5 hours. I said, shit, my time worth way more than that. I'll go through the car wash. I'll pay $20. I'll pay somebody $40 to come out here. That's $60. $60 for 5 hours. That's $13 an hour. What the fuck? I make way more than $13 an hour. And I'm worth more than $13 an hour. So I'm going to pay somebody to do that while I can concentrate my time on where it's valuable at. That's what y'all gonna do. That's what a lot of y'all spend your money incorrectly. Now, let me say this, because I was the king of this. If I'm going to take a girl out, you know where we're going to go? We're going to go to the same place you're going to go. But we're going to go when it's happy hour. Because we're going to get them half-price appetizers. And we're going to get that drink that's off. I'm ordering the same drink as you. I'm getting the same food as you. But I'm getting it at half the cost. And if that chick thinks she's too proud to go to happy hour, that's not the chick for me. If you can't do half off and I'm paying for it anyway, the fuck it ain't coming out of your pocket. If you can't go to happy hour, and I know all the happy hour places. I know Applebee's got the 3 to 6, and then they got the late night for all of that. I know every place there is because that's how I spent my time. I can enjoy all the same places you can for half the price. I don't got to be the brother to be, when they say you can get the club free before 12, fuck, I'm there before 12. The heck, I'm waiting. I'm getting your girl while you still coming in, baby. I done got your girl. I done got a drink. I done hooked it up. I'm hooking it up for later on the night. You coming in, spending all your money, and she waiting for me after the club at IHOP. Because y'all fools, man. You trying to impress people who don't care about you. They don't care about you. Learn how to spend your money wisely. I got the same thing y'all got. I wish I could find my cologne. I went and got some cologne. You know what? When I get my cologne, I get my cologne the same time I get my Christmas presents. You know why? Because when I go to like Macy's and Nordstrom, and I say, you know what? I'm going to get my cologne one time a year. December. And you know why I get into December? Because that's when they have the gift packs. They got the gift packages. I can get that pack cologne, and then I can get that briefcase they giving out, the backpack or whatever it is. And you know what I'm doing with that? Merry Christmas. See, I got you. I thought about you with my free gift. I'm getting the best cologne. I'm getting the sample sizes. I'm giving the other stuff away for a cheaper price that I would have paid all any other time of year. What's the difference? Nah, but y'all can't do that. You can't get nothing on sale. You a big baller. You got to pay sticker price. Well, you go ahead and do that because I'm not. What else you do? You wear all your clothes and stuff on. I want y'all to go look in your closet because I had to do this. Go look in your closet. You wear about 10% of the clothes you buy. You don't wear all that. I had clothes in there. I was like, man, what the fuck? I got sweaters and coats and dollars. I don't even need that. What am I doing? I got the gloves, because I came from a cold place. I don't need that. So you know what I did? I went to the secondhand place and I sold them. Now, some of the things the secondhand place said, eh, you know, this ain't on style. We can't get this. So you know what I did? I went to Goodwill. I went to Goodwill and gave them away. And you know what I got when I got to Goodwill? They gave me this long piece of paper that said,
Donation slip.
exactly. This your tax write-off, baby.
hmm
This how you gonna save money on your taxes.
You already
So while
getting
you
an A
giving
plus.
exactly while you giving Uncle Sam all your money, not me.
You
This my
killing my
chair right
list,
here.
bro. Let me let you know. You killing my list. Everything you hitting on, I had as a list of things to bring up, but you hitting them all. You hitting them all.
I
That's
appreciate
why
it,
I ain't
brother.
saying nothing.
Jamarnus Howard said he does use the Dudley products, and I'm gonna get to the chat. Yeah, Dudley, he was a I don't know if he's still alive, but that was a good brother, man. A good brother, taught me a lot. Taught me a lot, man. Just how to be successful, man. That was one thing I loved about it. Now here you'll see this is my chair. I'm in a new chair today. This is my chair. I paid $120 for that chair. The hydro system on it wasn't good. You know, it made me go down a little bit.
Yeah, I got rid of mine. Same reason.
But I got a new chair.
Yeah.
This chair right here. $120. Where's it? 120. When I turn them clothes in at Goodwill, $10, baby. And it's much more comfortable.
Yep.
$10. So you go out and get the highest things, and you do that. And you see how you're going to do it. You're going to waste money. Next thing off, brothers, is your tax write-off. Y'all watching me on YouTube, I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate y'all tuning in. I didn't start this YouTube. Let me tell you why I started YouTube. I was traveling a lot, going places, taking videos.
You about to let them in on some things.
They not ready for this.
They not. They don't realize it, bro. They don't. I was going to blow their minds with it, but go ahead.
Yeah, they just thought that I was on YouTube, you know, to look good and get clout and all that. Clout chasing. Trying to do this. Nah, baby. I remember I did my taxes and I was like, God damn. How the hell do I owe Uncle Sam this much money?
Right.
It's like, baby, you ain't got no write-offs. You ain't got no kid. You ain't got this. You at the top. You just gonna have to pay. I was like, look, I can't write this check no more. I'm just giving this dude like it's like $8,000-9,000.
How many years did it take you to figure that one out?
Oh man,
that first check, you were like, oh hell no.
Hell no. You know when the thing was when I was paying like a little bit. So let me tell y'all how it works. So when I was paying a little bit of taxes, you know, it's like, that's only $300. That's only this. When I got that bonus and I got that raise and I got all that other stuff in the same year, and they hit me with like $8,000-9,000. I was like, what the hell y'all think this is, man? Yeah, y'all got to be crazy. I'm looking for every deduction that I could find.
Every advantage.
And here goes another thing, brothers. Let's see. It is April 19th. That means a lot of y'all finished up your taxes on April 15th.
Or they filing late.
Oh yeah, y'all filing. And what y'all doing is y'all like, man, I can't wait to get my taxes. I can't wait to get my taxes. I'm going out, getting a new car. I'm going out. I'm jamming my new taxes. You a fucking idiot. Let me tell you why you're an idiot. For 12 months, Uncle Sam takes your money. He invests your money. So that, let's say you got $3,000 back, whatever it is. Uncle Sam took that money, invested it, made money off of your money. And you know what he did? He gave it back to you with no interest. None. Thank you for letting me borrow that $3,000. Here you go. Rich men pay taxes. Poor people get taxes. That's the difference. You know why? There's a few reasons why. Because I can control my money and I can start to do write-offs. So let's go back to why I started YouTube. My financial advisor said, well, there's only a few things you can do. You know, you'd have to have like a business. It's a business. I said, well, what about YouTube? You know, if I'm
Hold up. Anybody who's in this room right now needs to stop Take out a pad, get a pen. Understand this. Get a pad and a pen right now. Because what he's about to tell you, if anybody is on here that's a YouTuber, a digital nomad, anything, y'all need to be paying attention to what he's about to drop right now.
They not ready to make this money. You're not ready to, I told you there's two ways you make money. You either make more money or you save money.
You keep more of what you earn. That's the game.
So the financial advisor said, well, you got to have a business or something. I said, well, I travel. You know, I can take pictures and things on YouTube. She said, well, YouTube can be your business. Every time you go out of the country, every time you got to go park, every time you got to do something, that's your business. That's a business expense. Exactly. And the government lets you go 3 or 4 years without making a profit. So, you know, when you're like, oh man, I just started my YouTube business. I ain't got 1,000 subscribers. I forgot 4,000 hours. I'm not even monetized. That's okay, brothers. Because you can still write all that off. Let me turn right here. Every piece of equipment y'all see. This is my drone. This
drone in the back.
Yep, this is one of my 3 drones. So this drone that I got. This is my other drone here. This is the Avanta that I got. I told you I got the Meta glasses. I got a matter of fact, you can't see it, but I can see it because I'm using this Samsung 24. I'm using it for my business. Mm-hmm. Here go my real phone. I bought that phone specifically as a camera with 1 terabyte so that I can use it as storage. And I can write it off. Every time when you're going out of town, you're paying. When I'm going out of town, I'm thinking, how can I make this into my business? How can I make this video to show that I was here? This restaurant that I need to review, I'm going to review this restaurant because that's part of what I'm doing. So when you see me on the airline and he said, man, Sprint canceled my flight, or hey, Sprint this, or Spirit this. Yeah, there's a reason why I made that video, because it showed that I am reviewing that and it's part of my business plan. Why is that important? All right, here go the real game. Remember, we said it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep.
Boom.
2 people, me and Ronan, we make $100,000. So Ronan makes 100, I make 100. I don't know what the tax bracket is, but let's just say 20%. I mean, it's after Uncle Sam comes in and says, hey, I just want my federal taxes. He taking 20% off of it. That means you going home with 80. Now with that 80, you're going to buy all of your stuff. You got to buy everything. Your drone, your camera, your lights, your computer, your software, all the things I can write off. Software that you got to put in every month. All of those items. After that, you done spent, remember, you spent $20,000 to do that. Now, out of that 80, you got 60. That's what you got to work with. When you got a business, I can say, I made $20,000 of business expenses. So that same 80,000, nah, not me. I had to spend money. Mm-hmm. I had to bring my whole, what's the name of it? My taxable income down.
Exactly.
Because I had to spend money for my business. See, now here's what the government is good at. They will let you spend money on a business to make money. So the drone I got, all of that brings my income down. So when he paying $20,000 in taxes, I might be paying $2,000 in taxes.
Exactly.
1,000. So that 1,000 in taxes, let's just say 3,000. Out of 100,000, he brought home 80. Out of that same 100,000, I brought home 97. I'm $17,000 richer by doing nothing, enjoying my life, still traveling, still doing all of those things, and I made that money.
Mm-hmm.
I made it, and you can write it off.
And even as you get bigger, bro, you can go to a point where you can plan out your trip, whatever your budget is for your trip. Okay. You run your trip, you do your post-production, you put up your videos, you do your cost analysis of all that. Okay. You run it against Google AdSense, you run it against YouTube AdSense. How much money did you make off of that video versus how much you spent.
Exactly.
If there is a loss, guess what? That
Right
trip
there.
was free.
Trip. So y'all passport brothers, I know some dudes down at
They
passport brothers.
don't know.
They getting
Austin
on.
Holloman is sitting at home in Dallas right now because he don't know how to budget out his money and he don't know how to write off taxes against expenses as a business.
And that
These
brother, I'm
guys
here.
are running around inexperienced.
We met up with him. I met him in the mall. He was
Oh,
doing
did you?
live stream. That brother is streaming live
Constantly.
12 hours a day. He is streaming. He like, I ain't stopping. He's streaming. He walking. Look, he started in the car. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm getting a cigar. I'm driving to the mall. He was in the mall when we seen him. He's streaming.
Yeah. And here's the kicker, guys.
Money.
The big kicker is no IRS agent will ever challenge you because you got it on video.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest proof in the world. You could say you did this, you could say you did that, but not only did you do it, it's on video.
Exactly.
It's indisputable. You don't have to come out with a whole bunch of line of receipts like you used to have to come out if you showing them everything. Everything you did. You can show them how much Google or YouTube paid you or whoever you're running your videos through versus how much your outlay of cost was. The difference of loss is your write-off against your earned income. Your $100,000, like he said, you get to keep more of it because you lost money, even though you had a good time.
Yep.
Even though he built up a whole bunch of extra credits on his charges.
Want to shout out to everybody who has joined us. Appreciate a single parent supporter. We support the single parents.
Yes,
please hit a like button, brother. I think Jay-Z said it, man. I'm giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99.
Right.
Mine is free $99. All we ask is for you to press that like button. Press it. Make a comment. I'm going to put up in the chat the stream after me and Rona.
If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to both AD Fearless Podcast and my own. And then Black Man Travels not in here, but Black Man Travels is also a host of the show. So please subscribe to all three of us. Go ahead.
I'm going to keep going, guys, because for whatever reason, we talked about it. Y'all use the welfare system. Y'all use every system to get advantage. But y'all don't use the fucking system that they got. Please don't tell me you can't afford to go to school. Because you know what? If I couldn't afford to go to school right now, let's see, I'm broke, can't afford to go to school, ain't got no hoes. What the hell would I do? Let me see if I can find it. This is what I would do. This is what I would do. I'd go work at Starbucks. You know why? Because Starbucks pays 100% of your tuition when you go to school. So when you and you ain't even got to be full-time, bro. You don't have to be full-time. You want to be a weekend warrior, work at Starbucks, make you some coffee. And I'm letting you know, if you a dude and you halfway decent and you want a girl, them girls coming through Starbucks, baby. Every morning, every hour. You the man. You know their name because you done put it on their cup. Be like, hey, Jane, you here again? You getting your game on, getting your tuition free. And y'all too proud. You too proud to be a bartista. You too proud to make coffee. I'd work there part-time, and get my tuition free. I let them pay for me. I come out with no debt at all. So all you dudes who say, I want to be a IT, I want to travel, I just can't afford to go to school. Let somebody else pay for that. Put your pride to the side. You know what? Look, I tried to get a job. They wouldn't let me. I tried to get a job at Chipotle when I was in college. You know why? I didn't want to work at the cash register. I found out the cooks and preps, they come in and prep the chicken and all that early in the morning. Chicken is prepped for the cooks. You know, they make the cilantro or the rice, all that beforehand. I said, man, I'll work out. You mean if I come to work every day, I get a free meal? Like, and I was watching the dude make his meal. This brother was putting like, you know, you got to pay for extra servings of chicken.
You loading up.
Chicken. He in there like buffed. I'm like, oh hell. And it's free. Y'all gonna pay me? Shit. And the days I'm not working, I get it half off. I'm eating it up. I'm
Pizza Hut was
eating
the
it up.
same way, bro. I used to work at Pizza Hut. Same thing.
Y'all sad,
Personal
man.
pan pizza was thick as hell, right along with that
Money.
side salad.
Yeah, yeah. And it fill you up. And a lot of y'all brothers, man, y'all work somewhere and y'all don't even know if your job gives you tuition reimbursement. Why don't you know that? That's free. Look, let me see if I can find this. So my job does this. And look, I make money. I make money. This thing is called Pluralsight. So even though I'm certified, I still go on and I continue my education. So this is like a certification. I'm going back to get my other developer one. I go through and I spend some time every day, a little bit of time hitting it. Because you know what they're going to do? When I'm ready to take to the exam, you know who's going to pay for the exam? They're going to pay for the exam. I'm using them to get more certificates. To them, it's a win-win because they're gonna write it off on their taxes. I'm using them to get more certificates. And the reason why this why a lot of y'all fuck up, man. Y'all get in that job and y'all get comfortable. And then as soon as something goes wrong and they let you go, you don't have no skills to move on.
And you
You don't know
stuck
nothing. You've
because
been
you didn't
working
put no
those
money up.
exactly. You ain't try to, even if it's not a school you can go to, you ain't try to learn something. If you at McDonald's, shit, learn the fries, learn the burger, learn the cash register, learn how to make something. Do all of that because now you become invaluable. And if you leave, you can say, I did all of this. So if they want to get rid of me, I say, oh, okay, I appreciate it. But now I got all these other certs that they paid for, and I
Mhm.
can take my talent somewhere else. I've
Oh, yeah.
improved while I was there. A lot of y'all don't want to improve. Y'all happy. Y'all cool. Y'all working your 40 hours and going home. Nothing else. And you wonder why you are where you are. I know what it is. Was it Biggie that said it? Money, hoes, and clothes is all a Negro knows. And that's how it is. All y'all don't know it.
They're part of that robot society, man. They don't know how to break free. You
Now,
know?
here's the thing. We talked about money. But let's talk about health. Because it don't matter how much money you got if you dying.
Mm-mm.
Don't tell me you can't afford a gym. If you can afford a Happy Meal or you can afford a Big Mac, that's $10. You know how much it costs to get a membership at Planet Fitness? $10 for the entire month. For the entire month. 24 if you want the black card and bring a friend. Then y'all can't split that 13 and 13, getting your massage chair and do all of that? Because you got to be healthy. You got to look good. You got to feel good. You want to be mentally strong, but y'all ain't doing it. Some of y'all don't, bruh. I seen dudes with a store right down the street and they driving. You driving to the store and it's right down the street? Man, come on. You lazy. A lot of y'all got health insurance. Let me tell you this. If you even got the Obama plan, there's certain things that are included. A yearly physical. Your yearly physical is no charge, free of charge,
Check.
and y'all don't go get it. There is no reason why a black man should die of prostate cancer. Let me say it again. When you heard somebody die of prostate cancer, that means they ain't been to the doctor. Because when I went to the doctor, I asked him, he takes your PSA.
Mm-hmm.
That's for your prostate. Your P, he looks at it. And you know what he said? I said, well, damn, it went up. It was like 3.4. Now it's 4. I got something to worry about. He's like, nah. Till it gets to like 6, we ain't got nothing to worry about. I said, well, damn, I don't want to wait till it gets to 6. He said the prostate cancer is very slow moving. We catch it early. It's not a problem. It's basically 100% chance you're going to live if we catch it. You go to the doctor every year. He's able to see that last year you was this year you this. We got you. A lot of y'all would rather spend money on a chick than go get your prostate done. Or I don't want to be gay. I can't have nobody sticking their finger up my booty. I can't get that colonoscopy. All right, colonoscopy. Because you get it, like I went and got mine. You know, they said it earlier. Said, "Oh, you can go get it now. You at
Yeah.
the right age. You can go get it." So I went and got it.
The minute
Man, look, they
I
put
was
me
of
to sleep.
age.
Yeah, I was there. I was like, bro, you know, it's gonna be all right. He's like, man, look. I looked at the clock. It was like
I was scared
12.
too.
Yeah, I was like, man, come on, brother. And I was like, because I
Yo,
don't like
that's
to
an
be put to
exit
sleep.
only, brother. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, you gonna do what? And I gotta go to
Mhm.
sleep, man. There's some witnesses up in here. You ain't gonna do nothing rude to me back there, right?
I want to
Yeah, man.
congratulate Mr. Howard on doing that, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I like
Yes.
to tell Black people to please, man. Health is wealth. You're right, single parent supported. Health is
Yep.
wealth. But I was nervous. I was like, man, y'all can't just do
Mhm.
it. I don't like to be put to sleep. I was like, you can't just do it while I'm awake. Then he showed me that machine. He's like, bro,
No,
you don't want to be
you a
awake. You can't
bad
do it.
boy if you could stay awake with that going.
Yeah. Knocked me out. I think I was actually in recovery longer than I
When
was
you
asleep.
woke
I
up.
was only asleep for
Yeah.
10 or 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But the great thing is I didn't have any polyps. So if you
Exactly.
have some polyps, those things can grow into colon cancer. They got to
Exactly.
go in and clip them off. He said, I got a great bill of health. I'm down with that. Another thing,
Mm-hmm.
brother. Ronan, let me ask you, do you know what they call, what is the number? Well, I guess it would be the number one killer of Black men.
Aside from prostate cancer,
Mm-hmm.
um,
They call it the silent killer.
heart attacks,
That's right. And you know why y'all get heart attacks?
high cholesterol, high blood pressure,
High blood fucking
contributing
pressure.
factors to a heart
Yeah.
attack.
It is the silent killer. You know why? Because you don't even know you have it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got. That's what I got. Pay $40. And I make sure I monitor my blood pressure. Make sure where my stress is at. See if I got to do it. And that's how you live longer. That's how you roll.
Yeah. And any of you guys got these fit watches? Turn that shit on.
Exactly.
Turn that on and monitor your daily oscillation rate. It can read your oxygen, can read your heart rate. It can read a lot of things.
Yeah. It can tell me, my watch here can tell me how my sleep pattern. Like, was I in REM sleep? Did I sleep good? How rested I sleep? Because that's important. Sleep is important. Another thing y'all do, bruh. So I'm glad I was poor. And I'm glad I ain't had no money. Because you know what it taught me? It taught me how to fucking cook. And a lot of y'all dudes out there don't know how to cook nothing. Y'all eating processed foods. Y'all eating the worst foods. Y'all eating out all the damn time. What does that do? There go your money. Because you go to the store and you go out, that $50 you spent for one meal can buy you groceries for 1 week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But y'all ain't got no money. And you wonder why, like I said, you are the reason you're not successful.
Yep.
So when I was broke, you know what I had to do? Or when I was working out, I just had to meal prep. And I still go through that. I brought some of my stuff. So when I go to the store, I get my tuna. Oh, this high in protein, low in fat, nutritious, got vitamins. Cost me $1 for each pack. $1. There go lunch. So for the whole week, I can have lunch for $5. I throw some rice with it. Oh, shoot. Big bag of rice costs $2. That's
See, I'm off the
$10
starches, bro.
for the whole
I'm on
week.
keto. I don't even mess with that.
Exactly.
No carbs. Very low
Mhm.
carbs. No rice, no breads, no cereals, none of that.
Y'all don't eat right.
And
Y'all
I'm
still
56 and I don't have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, as tall and as big as I am. Doctors look at me like I can't believe it.
Yes, and that's how it should be. So why ain't y'all making no money? One, y'all killing yourselves by eating all the junk y'all put in. Y'all going out and eating the processed food, and y'all spending all
GMO
the
processed
money.
foods. You eat healthier overseas anyway.
Yes. When I'm overseas, let me tell you, I lose weight.
I do too. Every time, bro. Every time I
Yep.
lose weight, I don't change my diet. I just lose weight because the food is healthier. It's running through you.
Well, I'm like parent supporter here. 20,000 steps.
She's
I
doing the
wish I had
devil
a
for me.
picture on my watch. When I was in Thailand, I hit 38,000 steps in one day. Damn.
Mm.
I would have never hit that in the United States because we drive everywhere. When I go to Colombia, the first thing I do is I wake up in the morning and I just take this little walk. I take the walk because I like to see these ladies just on the corner. Next to them, they got a whole pile of oranges and fruit.
Mm-hmm.
They cutting the fruit. You getting not no process. They squeezing the fruit into your cup. That's the freshest you gonna have. We eat messed up. We eating all the junk and the sweet. There, we eating good. It don't matter how much money you make if you dying early. My man, can you please tell me who is the founder of Apple?
Jeff Bezos. Wait, no, that's not
Steve
Bezos. That's
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah.
Steve Jobs would have traded all them billions of
Oh
dollars
yeah.
to live another year.
He spent a lot of money just to try to stay alive.
Yeah, but he didn't take the right treatment. He thought he
No.
could get some other kind of treatment.
Yeah. And
So
that's
it
the
don't
biggest
matter.
thing. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how healthy you are. Bruce Lee was the father of a lot of different protein type of workouts and different things like that. He died from a brain aneurysm. So
Yep,
part of your health is also keep your checkups. You know, do
correct.
your regular checkups. You got brain aneurysms. I mean, my mother has brain aneurysms, to tell you the truth. You know, she survived this long and not have an actual episode yet, but they've already detected them. She's
Exactly.
80. She's 80.
You're not doing it. You're not trying to be healthy. You're not trying to do that. I mean, that's sad. I try to ask somebody like when the last time they had fruit. They're like, I don't know. Like fruit? Like an apple?
And then even with that, brother, it's what happens when you die? Do you have a trust? You have a living trust. Do you have a trust altogether when you die? There's two.
Trust.
You got to have a living
These
trust
people ain't got nothing
because
to
they
take
need to
with
know
them.
what you want to do when you're still alive and you're in a vegetative state. Then you need a trust for when you die, so that they don't destroy everything you took your whole life to build. Because don't nobody care about your stuff and what you built as a legacy more than you do. Not your children, not your family. I've seen it. I'm a life insurance agent. I've seen it. I've
Brother,
seen
look,
people tear up legacies because there was no trust or will.
I used to work at this funeral home. I used to do all the programs. I used to do the colorful programs back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
This woman, I remember she worked at J.C. Penney's, worked there for 25 years, basically all her life. She died. Her beneficiary was her ex-husband.
Oh,
They hadn't
Lord.
been together in 20 years. He got like $20,000. You know what kind of funeral she had? They cremated her ass because they ain't
Put her
got no
in a
money.
brown box and burn
He
her.
took the money.
He took the money.
The family was like, "You won't do that." He's like, "I ain't married to that chick no more. It's 20 years."
And depending on how evil she was, after they were divorced, she could have ran him through the ringer. He don't care.
He ain't paid nothing. And a lot of y'all don't have that. A lot of y'all, even if you think it's minor stuff, you pass away and you like, man, I would love my son to get this. Ain't no guarantee.
You didn't write it down. It's not in a trust. It's not in a will. You don't have an executor over your estate. You're going to let that go to probate court and let lawyers and the judge take all your money? I mean,
let me tell you about probate. If y'all don't know what probate is, that means you died and there's no executor. And that means a judge to tell you what to do. He's going to charge you $20,000 just to sign your name, which you could have signed. Your same stuff. This is what happens with these houses. Grandmama had a house. She done paid it off. She died. Nobody know it. Now the house is trying to be divided among all the people. Big mama, she want to keep the house because this man got memories. The young dude don't care because he ain't like him anyway. He's like, shit, we got to sell it. Now y'all in this big fight. Y'all in this big fight over this house. and it's going to cost y'all more money to settle who going to get the house than what the house actually worth. And y'all don't walk away with nothing. So
Nada.
please, if you're going to make some money, even if you ain't going to make no money,
You still should have it.
get your will, a
You
living
still should
will.
have it. Whether
That's
you want to
right.
be resuscitated, whether you want to try to, want them to pull the plug, all that is specified in your living
You're correct.
trust. Okay.
If you want to be a
And then,
donor,
yeah,
when you go get your license, it'll say, hey, do you want to be an organ donor? They know right then and
hell
there if you
no.
want to or not.
I'm sorry. If you're a melanated person, do not donate.
They ain't gonna wait till you're dead. Well, he almost
We have
dead.
the best organs, bro. They will not resuscitate you. They will go ahead and take your organs, especially if you're healthy. Do not donate if you're a melanated person. We have the best organs.
Another thing you guys can get. I don't understand this, bro. Y'all can spend money on everything. Get you
But
some
the right
burial
things.
insurance, man. Because what happens is, have you ever seen somebody die and they whole family like, we don't know how we paying for this? You leaving a burden to somebody else.
Fish fry,
Hey,
car wash,
yep,
all kind of fundraisers going on because you didn't set up a burial plan.
exactly. You having your whole family spend that money on something that you should have. You putting them in burden. Another thing I want to cover, and then I'm gonna let you roll with it. As I said
You hitting all
before,
the
man,
points, but we'll go. Go ahead.
invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You know what I did when I got on YouTube? I said, man, I don't know none of this. I don't know a lot of things. How this dude like the lead attorney making this money? How Anton Daniels putting out all these videos? How's this guy they making all this money? How's they doing this? I don't know. What equipment they use? Are they doing something? So I said, I'm gonna invest in myself. I got
Right.
coaching calls. Coaching calls like a mentor. There was somebody who told me a long time ago, if I made $10 million and it took me 10 years and I made all these mistakes, I lost money, I did this, bad investments, all of those things I did, and I made my $10 million because it took me 9 years to learn through everything else. And I could write a book, or I could talk to somebody for 10 days and give them all my knowledge and let them know all the mistakes I made and not to make. And instead of them taking 10 years to make that $1 million, they can do it in 1 year.
1 to 2, depending on your income.
Yep. You scared to spend some money to make some money. What did I do? I went and got a coaching call. I called up Anton Daniels. Hey, I need to do this. I'm paying for it. A Zoom call. We're going to talk for an hour, and I got a whole list of everything I'm asking you. And he answered everything. I need to know how you do this, how you knock these videos out. What kind of software do you use? What kind of camera do you use? What kind of setup? Do you pre-do this? Do you do that? What about these investments? How do you make this? Every question. And I wrote it down. So I didn't have to, if I have to spend hours on the internet trying to find out how to do it, and somebody can tell me in a 1 hour call, that's great. I got the lead attorney. I went and got his. I said, all right, this brother's making, I looked him up. You can look how much somebody makes in a Cash App.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, hit that Cash App too, brother. Give me a super chat. That's why we're talking about it. But I went to look it up and say, how is this brother doing this? I wanted to know. In 18 hours, he goes through his whole, this is what you do. This is how you get it. This is where your head need to be, kind of software you need, all of that. It just saved me all the time looking. If it cost me $300 and I made $30,000 off of it, who the winner? Who's the winner? Y'all want to think y'all know everything. You don't want to collaborate with nobody.
That's that mentality, bro.
You are the president and CEO of a one-person company. And that's how you always going to be, because you don't have no growth. You don't want to delegate. You don't want to say, I don't know how to do this. Teach me. Show me. I ain't, in the words of TLC, I ain't too proud to beg. Ask somebody. Spend money on yourself to get some coaching calls. whether it's personal, financial, all of that. And a lot of times through your job or something, they'll do that for free. The financial aspect. I know every year when they come out and they have when they're doing new benefits, they have about 2 weeks before that they tell you, oh, here's some benefits you can get. Here's how this works. That's why I even got to the HSA. So every year, I think it goes up. It was $7,300 last year.
Mm-hmm.
I max it out.
Right.
Because that's tax deductible. And then if I
Right.
need to go to the doctor, I can. If I don't, that money flips over and I can invest it. So I can make $7,000 a year if I don't use it. But y'all didn't spend the time to do it. All right, Ronan, I'm on my soapbox, man. I went an hour and a half, and now I got to take a drink. Sorry about that.
No, go ahead and wet your whistle, brother. You know, like I said, you've been ticking off everything. And here's the thing. I love clients like you. You know, I do. You're on point. You understand. You, like you said, you did coaching. So you took the knowledge that they imparted on you and you ran with it. You could tell a lot of people till you're blue in the face to do something, they still won't do it. You know
And
what I
don't
mean?
make it a secret, man.
Yeah.
Look, when I was, and I know some people, I won't call him out, Trini. I won't call him out, but
Damn, why you do that?
No, not in a bad way. I just remember he was asking me about something. I said, man, you do a long video, and I went and bought like Opus clips,
Mm-hmm.
and I have it cut up. Opus clips
Exactly.
will take you a long video, it'll cut it up in the short. You can get it, your shorts,
Up to
60
20
seconds.
20
Yeah,
clips. Yeah.
yeah, all of that. So
And
y'all look
already
at me.
optimize it SEO, optimize the title. So it can already prorate the clip for how well it's going to perform through the algorithm. Does all that for you.
Let me show you. So when y'all look at some of my clips, I did a big video, and this is and I'm giving you a game so you understand how you make money even when you're on YouTube. Because what happens is you might have out of this long clip, and this is the person who's good at this, and I always got to give credit. I don't care who they are. I got to give credit to who they are. Like Vlad TV. Vlad will take an interview, an hour interview, and he'll mark that up 20 different sessions over this little bit of time, because all of that he can make these views off of. He can make money off of every clip that he does. So give me 1 second, brother. Let me see. View my account.
So one of the points I had while you're doing that was lack of financial literacy. Was one of my points. Okay. So first you need to be educated on how money works. And unfortunately in our community, a lot of people aren't teaching that to us. You got other communities where you see fathers and daughters, or fathers taking their sons and daughters to work with them because they own companies. It's not that many in our community that does that. So you need to seek financial literacy. You need to be taught how money works, how to balance your checkbook, things that matter. You need to understand how those things work, because if you don't, all the other concepts that, Fearless just brought up, they're going to fall on deaf ears. So you need to get up to speed on your financial literacy.
But
Go
let
ahead,
me
Fearless,
ask, is that a fault of the parents? Like a lot of parents have grown up and they have no
single
idea
parents home. Yes.
what
So
to do.
it's a two-pronged thing. I believe the school system should be teaching you financial literacy as part of your edict, as far as learning how to grow up and be a damn adult. That should be very important. Financial literacy.
But do you think we would take it? And I'll give you a great example.
If it was required before you would graduate,
it had to be required. It would
have to be required. Or yes, kids will skip over it. Like it can be part of your math courses.
I remember before there wasn't really computers. There was word processors.
Word processors, ones and zeros, bro. I used to do that.
When I was in high school, this lady, Mrs. Ledbetter, she's like, you got to come to my class. You got to learn this. I'm like, learn what? She's like, you got to learn how to type and do this. I was like, type? That's gay. I ain't going to. She's like, look, come and learn.
65 words a minute on a manual
typewriter. The only reason I went is because she looked kind of good. Miss Ledbetter had that booty on her. I was like, I'm going to go. but man, that was one of the most important classes I took. Because when I
Mhm.
went to college, I could type.
Mhm.
When you go to college, ain't no handwriting on no report,
Mm-mm.
bro. You got to have that stuff
You
typed.
typing out reports, yes.
Yep. And
And
so
that
that's
was
what
back
we
in the day where it was, they didn't really have the autocorrect tape that was in the typewriters unless you
you
had the
had to.
automatic one. You had to
Yep.
go back and use the white highlighter and go back and fix. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know,
Yep.
and
Sure
then the other
was.
point you brought out while you're looking up your other thing was over reliance on high income. We as a people will get a high income job and think we have made it. We won't prepare for if we lose that job. We won't put our money up right. We won't do right with the money. We'll spend it because we think there's a tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There is no tomorrow.
There
Nothing's
isn't.
promised in the job. And especially if we got to be 10 times better than the next man that's on that job, especially with our skin tone. You the first one being considered unless you just
Yep.
the cream of the crop in that room. And you got to be anyway.
So
Go
I
ahead.
wonder where that came from. That we just didn't have that type of literacy. And I can't say it's not being smart. And I can't say we weren't entrepreneurs because I know my grandmother and grandfather, they grew up and they didn't have that bright education, but they knew how to work the numbers. They
They
knew
knew how to work the numbers.
they was on a farm. We got to make
Mhm.
this much. We got to put this much aside. We got to, so they knew the financial aspect of it, even though they didn't know,
Was there
you
a
know.
can, a mattress, or something that grandpa used to stuff the mattress with, or a
Mm-hmm.
can full of money
Yep.
for emergencies? And it was
Mm-hmm.
hid somewhere in the house
Yep.
because they didn't use to trust banks back then.
And they made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it work. But what I was going to show you was, I mean, it's nothing, brothers. I'll show you on here. Let's see if I bring up one of these videos. So let's say this video. I'll share this screen. Where's it at? So some of y'all that haven't gone to my other, is this me before? Haven't gone to my other channel. What I do is, so y'all can break it down. That's how you make money. And this is the game I put him on. I said, man, you take a video, say you get 10,000 on your long video. Out of that long video, you can cut that up into shorts, make 10 shorts out of it. Then you'll
Mm-hmm.
get another 10,000. YouTube pays you for all the views that you get. So when y'all watching this and y'all watch these views and you watch for a certain amount of time, that's how YouTube pays. So it's like out of this one thing that you made, you split that one thing up several times. A lot of y'all been in the drug game. Y'all know how to flip something, brother. You know,
Oh
mix it
my
up,
goodness! Why you got to
stretch
put
it
it
out.
up on that, man?
I
Come on.
mean, you know what I mean? They know how to stretch that out. You can stretch out that cocaine, but you can't stretch out that YouTube, or you can't do
Oh
it for
wow!
other things. That's
Oh
how
wow!
stupid we get. We have the knowledge, Ronan. We have the knowledge to do it. It's
We do.
there. We just don't put it in the right place. The knowledge is there. I
Uh,
put the live stream in the chat. I'm interested, while we're talking. If somebody wants to come up and tell me why you not successful or what have you done to make yourself successful, some changes you made in your life, things that you're
mhm.
doing currently to make that change. Were there people you had to get rid of to get there? Where are you at with that? So Ronan,
Right.
I'm gonna ask you, brother. Ronan is starting his new channel. I seen you gonna put some effort into it. I am happy to see that. I am glad. Please hit that like button for myself, Black Man Travels, and please, Ronan, put your in the chat. Please put your YouTube channel. We need to support this brother when he gets there. Very intelligent with a whole lot of knowledge. I would love to
Okay.
come on. Well, single parent supporter. Well, what the hell's stopping you?
All you have to
I
do
put
is
the
click on
link
that
in
link
there.
that says StreamYard.
Yep, go to the link. You'll be in the backstage, and I bring you on. So, Ronan, what made you start to get more serious about this, brother?
Well, I mean, initially it was during the pandemic that I started thinking about doing a YouTube channel. I said, what can I do to have fun while I'm semi-retired and make money, but also protect the money that I already have?
Correct.
And if you can't tell, there's a whole bunch of licenses on the back of this wall here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a couple more over there. what I already knew and what your financial advisor told you was the more you take trips, the more you can write off, the more you can offset your income. Well, I've
Correct.
been 1099 for almost 15 years now, almost 20.
Mm,
So I'm always looking for a write off, always.
exactly. Exactly.
So every state that I had family in, I went and got licensed in that state for life, health insurance as a fiduciary for selling
Hmm.
annuities so that I know myself as I travel around, even in the country, I was going to talk about my business. People were going to
Exactly.
ask me about it. The minute I started conversation, guess what that turned into?
That's a
A
business
business meeting.
conversation, bro.
That's a
Yes, it
business
is.
meeting. And I'm talking about what I do. So now I can start looking at writing off some of the costs of me even going to see my family because I'm
Um,
licensed in those states I used to travel to.
Let me
So
help
as
single
I'm doing the
parent.
pandemic, huh? Go ahead.
No, let me say something to single parent supporter, just so you know. What you do is you just take the link, put it into your, if you're on your phone, you can put that link in there. It'll bring you up to the website. But go ahead, sir.
So as I'm thinking over the pandemic, I said, okay, I'm getting close to retiring. I want to do some semi-retirement type of things, but I can still work my business. I don't have to be. I can be anywhere in the world and close business.
Hmm.
So at that point, I was like, what can I do? And I started watching a lot of channels. I wanted to get back into traveling. I just went through a divorce, so I'm like, I'm free. My obligations. All my kids are grown. I have
Hmm.
grandchildren. I have 4 grown sons, 2 grandchildren, no responsibilities. So the things that kept me home and the mission that I was doing as far as making sure they were well taken care of, that's over. My time. What I want to do with my time? I want to travel again. I've
Hmm.
been bit by the bug since I was a kid. I've been traveling since I was 3, 4 years old. First with my mom and my family, all over the Caribbean and all that. You know how you do from the East Coast. It's real cheap. Take a trip, and then with the military, again, made me even reinforce that what I had as a child of traveling, and seeing all the different cultures and wanting to, learn more, and get involved. And I always felt like I was helping, the communities I went to, even while I was in the military. So after, my divorce, I was like, yo, I'm not going to sit around here and do nothing. By the way, I'm also an advocate for the high rate of military suicides.
Hmm.
It's one of the things as veterans that have suffered from PTSD, which I am a sufferer of in recovering, is a lot of us start feeling like we don't have a place. So instead of feeling like that, get up, go travel the world, find somewhere where you can have a place, find somewhere where you can contribute. That's why you see a lot of military expats that have left the country,
Yeah,
not
you
because they
know
don't
that
like the country, because
your
they want to
brothers
do
like
something.
y'all like Sasua. You know, there's a veteran, a U.S. veteran place right on the strip in Sasua.
I can imagine.
It's like for
Yeah.
veterans, because I guess a lot of veterans come down
I don't
came
know if there
down
was a
there.
naval base there because they closed a lot of naval bases and military bases all over the world. Like we had one in Subic Bay in the Philippines. I ported in the Philippines several times during the Gulf War. That base is closed now. It's been reclaimed by the Philippine country, but
Hmm.
that's where I first got established with wanting to travel back and forth to the Philippines, and that's where I think I'm going to go ahead and retire. It's a lot of great benefits to being there as a veteran retiree. It's very cost effective.
That goes back to what I was going to think about. A lot of y'all afraid to move, man.
Black man
Y'all
says he's in the
afraid
chat. He's in the chat.
in the chat. Oh, what's
I
that?
think.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, nobody's in the back. Okay.
No, she's not in the back. I don't think. No, she did. What you have to do is I put the link in the chat. You just copy the link, and it'll take you to the website. It'll take you right to StreamYard. Yeah, a lot of that's another thing, man. I know people that are afraid to move from that location. There may be a great opportunity
Hmm.
somewhere else, and they're afraid to make that move. They say that you were going to die 50 yards, 50, at
Within
least
that
50
same
miles.
community. Yep.
Yep, that you lived in. And
Yeah.
that can be a great opportunity to go somewhere else.
You
And you
know
don't
what's
think
bad? It's even in California. It's real bad. A lot of Californians have never left the country.
that's crazy.
Never.
That's crazy.
Don't plan on it. You can ask them. Most of them say, why do I need to leave? I have the best of everything here. But we all know the ones that travel, the ones that have passports, the minute you get on that plane, you do that trip, everything freezes here in the United States. They're still doing the same thing. They haven't moved, they haven't progressed, they haven't gained any better knowledge or anything like that. You go and you get enriched with a culture, you gain more knowledge, you feel more connected to the world. You go back and your friends and everybody else, your colleagues, doing the same old thing. Like you didn't even leave. Like they stood still while you were jetting around them 50 times.
Man, I laughed. Like I said, Austin is he's from Dallas, so he's actually right in we're kind of like neighbors, not officially. Just I'm in Frisco, he's in Plano, so he's really close. But I was watching him before. Actually brought him a cigar when he was out. I caught him at a place, but he was saying, yeah, how bad. He's like, man, I can't be back here. Just from him, he said, you can't approach any women. He's like, I'm not even used to paying for gas, because when you go out of the country, let me tell you guys, when you get an Uber, I mean, what I would pay, that is the link for a channel. No, the other one here. I don't think she sees it. I put
the
it in
link
the
that
chat.
I just put up. That link is to my YouTube channel for people that want to subscribe. But there's a
one that's
StreamYard link.
StreamYard.
Yes.
Correct. So he was saying, oh man, the food. He was complaining about the food. He was complaining about how the gas prices. So guys and ladies, if you make some money and you can have a good retirement, not you don't have to make a lot, but like I said, you save some money, you put some aside, you get 50 years old, you done saved since you was 20, 25, you save 25 years, you 50, or you can walk out and you can have a good life. What you paying for your mortgage is going to be entirely different. You're going to live longer. It's a whole different way. And that brother's like 24 and he's like, man, I can't come back here. He's like, I don't even see the money here. You lose out. It's hard to make it. Nothing like that. Another point I wanted to bring up is some of you guys have children, kids. I learned this from a white dude. We talked about allowance. He said, I don't pay my kid no allowance. There's no StreamYard link available in this chat. Oh, man. Single parent supporter, you are struggling. I'm going to put this in one more again.
I think she's new. She's one of the people that follow me because I think she came in off my link.
No problem. Can you put it in there? Maybe. All
I'm
right.
looking for it real quick. Hold on. Go ahead and finish your statement.
Yeah. So I was asking, he said, I don't pay my kids no allowance. Why not? He said, because I can't get the tax write-off. If you have your kids as like an employee and you paying them, you get the write-off and they get an advantage for it because now you paying them and it starts building up their wealth. It starts building up their thing. So we don't think out the box. I remember a time, just how we do things. We buy the kids like an airplane, a fully equipped airplane. They buy their kids a model airplane that they got to actually go and fix.
Yep.
Those little things mean something, that you building up something. It's just not readily there.
I used to have them. I used to put them together, model cars, model planes.
Lisa, you have made it. I see her in the back. So I'm going to bring you forward. I'm going to ask you some questions. I am glad that you are here. Welcome to the show, Miss Jackson.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you doing today?
We're doing well. How are you?
I am well. I have my health.
Hey, that's the first thing that
yes.
Waking
health
up every day is priority. Health is also a priority.
Absolutely.
So you heard some of the things that we were talking about. So where do you fall into? Why aren't you successful, or are you successful?
Ooh, okay. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm going through a divorce, and I was a homemaker, and we have one beautiful daughter. She's 13. I homeschooled her entire life, and so I hadn't worked in many years. And my husband was the breadwinner. He was doing very well for himself, and he pretty much left with everything. And there's some legal issues. We can't really locate him. He doesn't support us at all. And I'm struggling financially, but
you are not defined. You're not defined by the top of the mountain. You're defined at the bottom, making it up.
Yes, I'm climbing it. I am climbing it. And I will make it to the top.
That's right.
I'm just, I need guidance because when my baby was little, I found myself on social media more than I should have been. And I try to set a good example. So I really, dramatically scaled back, and I really wasn't involved in social media much at all. So now that she's a little older, she's a little more independent. I'm not as involved in all of her, because I made most of her lessons, her school lessons. So I'm not responsible for that quite as much anymore. I have more time to work on my passions, and I love homeschooling. I love homeschooling. Let me tell you, when it was, I started out of necessity because the way we all know the way the world is. It was, I would have been doing my future, my family a disservice if I'd have put her in any other type of scenario, especially that time and place that we were with our family. So I didn't think that I would really enjoy being a teacher. But I have truly fallen in love with it. I focus on teaching her the truth to the best of my ability, and focused on.
I got a quick question for you.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can talk. So interrupt me whenever you like.
So you enjoy teaching your daughter?
Yes.
With the way some of these kids are, and the parents that have lack of discipline.
I'm not teaching anybody else's kids. I'm not doing it. No, that's not happening.
Okay,
I'll give you a little background to where I am right now. Not doing it. No.
What's your passion? So no. I mean, what I heard, I'm just thinking I'm gonna put some things together.
Well, I love studying. I love researching. I love just learning anything new. I'm an open book. I'm a reader. I'm a researcher, and I love taking the information, especially at her different developmental stages, and essentially converting it to make it digestible for her, because I take some of those hard lessons that I should need to learn, and make them child friendly. And
right,
also,
so here's the thing, maybe some things I heard. So I'm just throwing some things out there. So, because I just like to listen. So you said, well, you don't really want to be in that teacher environment. You do like your homeschooling. You also said you like the internet. So why not get a curriculum where you can homeschool from your home?
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Together and do it.
That's what I'm getting to. So a lot of her lessons were converted into games. I love making games and making it entertaining. And not only is she able to learn the information better, but she's able to apply it. She's able to apply it to real life a lot better. So with my business that I've started a couple months ago, it's essentially an online family-friendly trivia game that families and individuals can play. Trivia and challenges. I have a couple of different levels. They can play and they can earn cash if they win. And I think it's a great chance for families to bond and to learn something new. And I think it's fun. So I have set up all of these social media accounts. And I told you I haven't been active on social media. So I set up all these social media accounts. I have like 0 or 1 follower on them all. Promoting my game with mini trivia.
Everybody starts off with just one. Nobody started off with like, I got 1,000 followers. I'm doing this. And I think the more passionate you are, and you have to put your feeling into it. I mean, it's crazy. And not every video or something you're going to do or the way you're going to do it is going to work. Because I'm surprised. I'll put up videos and I'm like, yeah, this is the dumbest video there is. That video get 11,000, 12,000 views. And I was like, that was stupid. And then I'll spend some time. I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna put some music to it. I feel this one. This one came from my heart.
Yeah.
I get like 10 views on it. I'm like, what the hell y'all doing, man?
So
This is the
sound
one.
design, dramatic music, all that.
Yeah.
You get nothing.
Now I know, I'm confident. I know this is going to take off because I think, especially in our community, I think it touches on everything that we really need. Families working together, making some money, and just learning and being inspired.
So what are you teaching your daughter about this? Meaning, you're trying to do an entrepreneurship, but what are you teaching your daughter? Because she's the next generation. She has to go out there. What are you doing to let her know, hey, this is how you do it. Here's some steps to be successful.
Well, we've had, I don't necessarily want to call them lessons, but we've had discussions and activities over the years about finances and managing finances and trying to find something that you're passionate about, not only that you're passionate about, but you're good at, and making a living off of it. Once I get this up and running, because she has helped me with some of the crafts and whatnot, I'm going to involve her, because you mentioned not paying your kids. She's going to work for her money. I'm going to involve her.
I said you don't give them an allowance. You put
them on allowance.
You put them on a payroll. Payroll is different. You put them on a payroll, not
She's going to be on the payroll.
That's right.
Yes. And she has several things that she wants to do.
How old is she, by the way?
She's 13. I gave myself and her, I say, a rough deadline of about 14, which we have a few more months for her to really decide and put something into action. Because I feel that the earlier you learn, the better start you have on this life. I don't want her to be in the position that I am in, where I'm starting from scratch, essentially.
Now, I don't want to be so I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm not the dream crusher, the devil's advocate.
Yeah, we're good at that too.
I'm ready for it.
That.
So let's just say, I got two ways to show it. So let's just say it doesn't work, or we can't get the game, we can't get it right now. What are we doing in the immediate time to make some immediate income? Because what you can do is what they call like a poor job and your rich job. I mean, you get some kind of work that's bringing some income, but you spend time on what you call, the thing you want to do.
Yes,
so you're
and
not
that's
just
what I was doing. That's what I was doing. But I lost my job a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I was and you mentioned your insurance. After the divorce got started, I essentially had no skills other than being a homemaker. So I got my notary, I got my life annuities and health license, and I worked for that season in the Medicare season, and then I got the personal lines where I was working with car insurance and rental insurance, valid personal property, and I lost my job, but I feel like, and I'm not in a good position right now financially, but I feel like it was a blessing because it was affecting me mentally and physically.
That type of job is it's very demanding on your mental, because you're listening to a lot of people's negativity as far as what's going on with their health and everything. But you were doing so many different lines of business. Those licenses, did you renew them? Are they still intact? What's going on with those?
Actually, they're about to expire. My birthday's the end of this month. They're about to expire very soon.
Do you want to redo your CE courses so you can renew them?
I'm not interested in that at all.
The health insurance and the life insurance were two good ones. Don't worry about the annuities right now. Do health and life, because you're going to get force-fed business not more than the next couple months. Open enrollment's coming up.
Yeah.
Medicare first, then you're going to have health and life insurance that you can roll into. And obviously they're going to be pushing business towards you because they're trying to get enrollees.
Yes.
So I don't know who you work for. Who was the company that you worked for? I know you weren't independent.
It was a
Don't say Prime America. Please don't say Prime America.
I have a friend who tried to get me into Prime America, but I didn't.
Thank God.
I didn't go that route.
Hey, thank you, Jesus. Because no.
Okay, please look. No. Please tell me what.
No.
Why did you have that response?
Prime America money. What is it? Money market. What do they call that?
I would look at Transamerica because that's a major corporation and it's an insurance company in itself. That's a good company to go work for. Health Markets just got brought out by United Healthcare. That's another subsidiary company that has a sales arm that works for life insurance and health insurance. And then as you get into those companies, especially if you're going in with an insurance license with some experience, you can look at annuities later, but just focus on your health and life because that'll allow you to bag a lot of business within the next couple months after you renew your CE courses and you get your license renewed. That'll get you ready for open enrollment. So then you're bagging all the enrollments, and by next year you're going to start getting your percentages paid out to you monthly. That's a monthly income. You can't pass that up. You get busy doing open enrollment, you can sign 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. That's a lot of money every month coming in for every premium that's paid. The insurance business is lucrative if you focus for those 3 months.
Yeah, that's why
for open enrollment. And then the ones you sell health insurance, even if you don't get life insurance right off the bat, you follow up with them for the life insurance after the fact, because now they're your client. Once they're your client, then you can sell them the secondary insurances like life insurance. Then you can delve into whether you want to get your annuity. If they have a 401k they need to roll over because it's sitting there stale, and you want to roll them into an annuity or something like that. So you can start picking into your clients and making more money. Get your client base built up. All the while, you can still be working on this book and all the games and all the things you want, but this is stable business. And you only have to work it for so many months out of the year. Then you do your follow-ups. Go ahead.
I got some advice on that. So I'm gonna give you a few stories.
Okay, please.
There was an NFL guy. He was in the NFL, and in the off season, I think he was like at BW3, some other restaurant. And they're like, "Man, you're a millionaire. Why are you working at BW3s? Or why are you doing this?" He said, "I'm getting the knowledge because as soon as I quit this game, I'm going to know how to take this business and open my own business." So if you want to get into schooling, I know they have after school programs like Goddard and Einstein, things like that. Why not go there and say, I'm not really here to, you're here to teach, but you're really here to learn their business plan, their business model, how they do it.
Oh, so I'm not interested in doing anything like that. I created a game, online game.
I'm saying any business model. Somebody is doing some type of online game. Somebody is doing that somewhere. Find out who's doing it.
Yes.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel.
No, I researched. I tried to find something. I tried to find someone, but I couldn't really find anything that was similar to what I have going on.
The other advice is, they say the lion at the bottom of the mountain is hungrier than the one at the top. When I went out of the country, there was a gentleman on the beach trying to sell me something. And I was like, he looked at me. I guess he started speaking English. I was in a Spanish-speaking countries, but he was speaking English. Okay. And I was like, no habla English. I'm Portuguese. This brother started speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
He came up with Spanish, then he went English, then he went Portuguese. And I was like, damn. And he's like, yeah, gotcha. He's like, I speak Dutch, German. And his thing was, I do all of this because he knows that if he can't make the sale, he can't eat. And so when you get to the point where it's like, I have to make this sale, I have to do this, you're going to be more passionate. You're going to be more hungry. You're going to go with it. It's like this commission means something. You're going to find every way. No won't be no. You will always be closing. You will find a way to make that happen. And so that's the hungry part that you just got to get past.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you did all this studying to get these licenses. Do not give them up. I let my licenses go. I'm semi-retired. I have a book of business I can live off of, but I did it for 15 years.
Is that what you want to do? I mean, even with your passion.
No, I got to
it's draining. It can be draining. And she seems like she's the type that picks up on the energy.
Oh my goodness.
Of the people she deals with. Yeah.
They have me crying.
Yeah. I'm an empath too, but I just learned how to dump it.
I started having like heart palpitation. See, I don't want to get to that point where I'm numb, Because I see that with a lot of my coworkers. They just become numb.
Mhm.
I don't want them to drive me. But that's what's happening and what's affecting me physically.
Positive transference of negative energy.
Mm.
It is a psychological thing.
May I ask your age?
Yes, I am 39. I'll be 40 on the 30th of this month.
All right.
Yes.
Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC till he was in his 60s. So
Right. Absolutely. You got plenty of time.
Oh, yes. Yes. I'm going to be
I'm 56,
120,
starting a whole nother line of
125, something
business.
like
You
that.
know, I'm 56, starting a whole nother line of business.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. I'm not
looking
concerned
for
about that. I'm looking forward to it.
right.
So don't let that settle you. So what other life lessons you were grown up, you know, that you grew up. I know I'm saying you grew up as a young age, and you were African American female. Am I correct?
Yes.
What is it that your parents taught you or didn't teach you about finances and things that we don't have? What is the lessons that you wished you would have learned?
Great question. My father wasn't in the household. I don't and didn't have a relationship with him at all. My mother, she was, what's the term? I'll say emotionally unavailable. It was 3 of us by 3 different men. I did learn from my mother, and I am proud of her because she's overcome a lot, just to work hard and not to give up. But other than that, nothing.
See, we do teach. I think that's one of the bad things we do. We do teach our children how to work hard. White people teach their children how to work smart.
Exactly.
It's entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I didn't make no money, when I was like you're making $8 an hour, I was working hard. I make a whole lot more than that. And now it's working smart. You do have
gotta use this.
Yeah, you do. And so my background, I did the same thing. I learned how to work smart very quickly. Not hard.
And I think that's a lack of what happens in the Black community. We don't learn about credit. We don't learn, you know, like you said, my mom had an envelope. She had envelopes, and it would be marked like you get the money and you put that money in those envelopes, and that was your bank. There was no bank account. She used to go get money orders. That's how she paid bills, with a money order. You wrote the money order in and you sent that in. That was life. There was no, oh, how do I budget? How do I put this money? How do I grow the money? None of that. We never learned it. And that puts us behind the 8 ball, because if another child comes out and you have to learn, like you have to go on the internet, you got to learn all this stuff. And if that's just their way of life, they already got the advantage over you.
Yeah.
Exactly. They come out and they have all of that.
10 steps ahead.
Yes. So the things you are trying to struggle with is just second nature to them. They're like, yeah, I don't even have to worry about that. And then a lot of times we are worrying about such small things. You know, it's like, how can I pay the bill? How can I just get this money? That we don't have the time to think about how I invest it. So we never even get to the part of investing, because the money's here today and gone tomorrow.
Hello.
That's why I'm trying to set this up so I can have, passive income. So it's coming in while I'm asleep. Trying to, but it's a struggle to get started.
You're in the right game. You're in the right game.
And I can help people. I can help people.
And that's the whole thing about that type of business. You have to always constantly saying, I'm helping somebody.
I love it.
Don't take on the negative part of it. You can't afford it right now. In your situation, you can't afford to take the negative. Just think the positive side. I'm helping somebody.
Yep.
And just push forward. Get them signed, get them signed, get them signed. But help them while you're signing them. Suggest other things, supplemental insurance, all the things you need to do in order to service that client. If you hit one client at a time and you do that, you will build a book of business that will be your passive income on off season for you to be freed up to do the other things, whether you want to go back to school, whether you want to work on your game, get into the Facebook groups that are all about education. Start suggesting in your Facebook group that you have this game that will help your kids, kids learn. You just got to keep working it. In insurance, it's a numbers game. In the insurance business, it's a numbers game. You're going to make so many calls in order to get no's to just get that yes. Then you're just going to get more proficient on your pitch. The game.
I think what happens with us all is And it happened. I mean, I'll use it like when I used to talk to girls. When you feel like, oh man, I got to go out there and talk to that girl today, you may not get her.
Mm-hmm.
If you hungry today and you planting your food, you not eating today. It's all the seeds that you plant.
Exactly.
You plant all of that. That girl I talked to 6 months ago, all of a sudden, it's like, man, you got a lot of women. Nah, those are the people I talked to 6 months ago. They just coming back around. Or that business person that I put that idea out, you know, they weren't
Mm-hmm.
ready for it. Because sometimes, think about it, when something happens, it's whoever stayed in your ear, not the best person. I've had people that I've hired, and I'm like, oh, man, who can I get for this? And it's like, oh, I just talked to them. It wasn't the best person for the job because I can't remember who a year ago I talked to or 6 months ago. It's because they stayed in that circle. And that's why a lot of people who are successful, they just surround themselves by those
That's
people.
what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Build connections.
You're doing it though. You're in the
We get
groups.
to
You're
do
doing the
that.
things. Right. You just got to keep cultivating the seeds.
Right. Because it's like, who can we get to do that? Oh, I know. That's all it takes. Those small things. But we don't want to, we're not persistent. Sometimes we give up. We say,
I can't. This is my life.
Yep.
This is my life. As long as I'm mentally able, I'm going to keep doing this because I love it. I love it too much.
You know, and I wish a lot of us had that type of attitude where we get complacent. We get to a point where we get comfortable, complacent. We don't move forward. We don't use the skills that are free there to get there. And I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to have to, not a bad thing for you. So please don't take it bad.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
You know, because I believe that if you were married, that should have been forever.
Me too.
Me
too. I don't believe in divorce. It wasn't me.
No, I'm saying if he was going to leave, as a man, you take care of your household. But even though with all that happening,
something's going on there, and I wish him the best.
No, I'm saying with all that happening, I still think that you improve yourself. So you're a homemaker. You're at home. You still do things to improve yourself. Not saying it's a plan B. It's just, hey, my skills are still there. This is still there. And it could be things that, like, may I ask what your husband did? What kind of work did he do?
Truck driver. Okay. We were together.
On the road truck driving?
Yes. Married 12 years together, 15 years. And I helped them get started.
So what you do is, so what you could have been doing is saying, you know what? Let me learn to be that freight broker for you. So when you drop that load off somewhere and you had to come home, you got there too. What you did two things by doing that. It's late now, but I'm just stating for the other people who may be watching. One, you brought more money to your household. Two, you developed your own skill. So that if something happens, they don't know who he was. They know, oh, I just talked to
I know the freight broker. Yeah,
the freight broker. She did that. And a lot of us don't do that. We get complacent.
I see now because he was never really interested in me doing something like that because that's something I did offer.
You know why? Because they make a lot of money. The brokers make money too.
And
the brokers make money on the rides. Yes,
that was an issue in our early relationship because I was the breadwinner. And you know he has a criminal past, so that was an issue with his masculinity. He wanted to make the money, and then I also see why. He didn't want me to know where his whereabouts were and whatnot. I see that now. But he didn't want me involved in that. I'm not going anymore.
Right. But he would have been, what I'm saying is, he would have been one of a client.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm doing this, but you just one of.
Right.
I got 10.
You would have had more truckers on your list to run freight for.
Correct.
Yeah. You as a broker, you have multiple truck drivers looking for loads. When they drop off, they want to be able to drive maybe 5, 10, 20 miles somewhere, pick up a load and drive back, especially long hauls. The more that truck is on the road, the more money it makes. Correct. So they want to stay constantly busy if they're not working for a company already that's booking their loads. The independents would have been coming after you.
So I say that,
and you would have paid him 5 times more money because you would have been able to find the best loads for him to pick.
Yep. So any female that's out there that I believe, like, if you're married, support your husband, but do so and get yourself a skill. Be the CPA at a company. Learn how to market. You said you're online, social media. See, there's a difference between a consumer of it and a person who's going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
So you say, maybe I know how to do affiliate marketing. I've watched enough internet, somebody's making money off of me. They're doing it.
Mhm.
Be the person that's making the money and not the
Mhm.
person that's, don't be the consumer of it. And I think a lot of us are the consumers on everything that we do. Like I said
Yeah, I
before,
need to.
we
I
buy
definitely
Nike
want to
shoes,
reverse
but not
that.
Nike stock.
I want to promote my own brand first, other than
Mhm.
someone else's brand. Absolutely.
But
Well,
even if
sometimes you
you
got to promote somebody
yeah.
else's so that you can bag the money that you need to start your
Mhm.
own brand. You got to use some other people's money unless you're willing to take out business loans, put yourself in debt, and other things. If you plan, you're putting money aside for your branding, for your business, for your marketing, for the things you need, but you're utilizing somebody else's company to do it.
Mhm.
You just got to plan and budget for those things.
Yeah.
I didn't go independent right away, but what I did was I worked for a lot of Fortune 100 companies and learned how to conduct business in an executive level. So by the time I broke away, I knew exactly what I needed to do to structure a functioning company and make sure it ran properly. But I had to learn that first. The best leaders are the ones that follow first.
Yep. And there's a scrum master. If you're ever in IT, a scrum master, they say they are a subservient leader. So they're the leader, but they learn by their group that's around them. And my question to you was, when I asked you about your daughter, what are you teaching her? Because for whatever reason in the Black community, we always start from scratch. Every generation is starting from scratch. We're starting all over. And not just generational wealth. I mean, we start from scratch with no knowledge.
Yeah.
Like your daughter goes out there at 18 and it's like, I'm learning everything all over again.
No, I'm not starting at 18. We need to start sooner than that. Very soon, once I get my finances on what I'm going to add her to, my credit card,
just
and
what are you doing to just not add her? What are you doing to just teach her? Because a lot of times we learn by
the
just
difference
example.
between assets and liabilities primarily. The difference between
Okay.
that, wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
How to budget your
That,
finances.
that's a good thing. Wants and needs. Do I need it or do I want it? Every time before you buy something, that starts to get into your buying discipline. Do I absolutely need that? Is it going to affect my life in a certain way, or is it just something I want?
Exactly. We try to live frugally. I focus on not wasting resources, whatever it may be, and really, on wants and needs. On wants and needs. She tells me sometimes when I see something cute, not that I buy anything for myself a lot lately, but when I see something cute, she's like, "Mom, you don't need that." I'm like, "Well, that's nice. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
I
a good
mean,
thing.
the piggy bank thing is always a good thing too. She has
Mhm.
loose change. Just have her slap it in the piggy bank. Every once in a while, she has $1 or two something sitting around in her little purse. Tell her to slide one in the piggy bank. She ain't gonna miss it. It's just sitting there anyway. And don't let her crack it open until a certain date.
Exactly.
Yeah, she has her goals. The last we reviewed them, she wanted to go to India. That was one of her financial goals.
Wow.
I said, "You can do it." So you can do it. Just work hard.
That's a lofty goal for a young girl.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. It may be South Korea now because
That's another good choice, actually.
She's changing. Yes, we definitely both want to travel.
Yeah. Once you do that, the world opens up to you. There's a lot of it. It just opens up a whole new perspective,
Right.
a whole new way to view it.
Now, the thing I would really want to say real quick is, while I'm thinking about it, I commend you for doing the traditional wife thing.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I commend you
appreciate
for
you
doing
saying
that.
that.
Okay, so what I want you to also do is not stop doing that when it comes to teaching your daughter those traits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So still teach her how to be a wife, still teach her how to do the traditional things, but also add to where you might have fell short with adding to your husband's business by learning the background of his business and helping them with booking the loads or keeping the books in order to continue to add to your educational level instead of just freezing up and just taking care of your daughter. Encourage her, even in that mode, continue to learn, contribute to your husband's business, even if he doesn't want to, have her learn it.
Uncle Gunn said, tell mom to rent rooms to people she trusts. Easiest way to get started in real estate.
I had a room to rent.
Generate passive income.
Wish I had one to rent. Thank you, Uncle Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
But to piggyback on what Ronan said, yeah, I agree. I think what happens is, say you have this situation you're in, and all of a sudden you become scorned. And then you start teaching your daughter, you don't need no man, don't do this, don't do that.
No.
And all of a sudden, they develop this type of a woman who
we don't need any more of those. We don't need any more of those, brother. No. Despite, the hell we've been through, I'm not going to let that deter me. I'm not going to let that ruin my spirit. I always share with my daughter that family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, the world is trying to keep the Black family apart because that's the key of everything. But that
thank you for acknowledging that.
Thank you.
A lot of Black women don't want to.
Thank you. The family is everything. Relationships and our bonds with our family, that's the most important thing that we can have. But, we live in the real world, so there's finances. I encourage her to get herself in a position where she can have passive income. So just in case she's married with her beautiful family, something happens, she can take care of whatever. But passive income so that she can be the full-time wife, mother, be there to support whomever. But yeah, they have to tear us apart because united we're unstoppable, and they have to start with the family, pitting us against one another. And don't get me started.
We already know where you're going with that. We already know where you're going with that.
Thank you.
But like I said, with mothers like you reinforcing what you demonstrated to your daughter already with her father, continue that on. Don't because she sees you're now separated and might think a little less of her father.
Yes.
Don't let her stop thinking traditional ways of being a female and her priorities when it comes to supporting her husband, but also adding to enhancing. You know the rule. We're supposed to bring home the food. You make a meal. You know how that works. So
the neck in the head.
Continue to instill that in her, but also enhance some of the things you're learning now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Alicia, I appreciate you coming to the show.
Thank you all so much.
We usually do some relationship shows throughout every Friday. So maybe come aboard. You can get some insight.
And he's married to a nice young lady over there. So,
Awesome.
And make sure that you go back to the chat. Please put your information in, a link to where your site is at. We want to be able to support you. We want people to go there. Okay. So please put that in, and we appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too, brothers. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being you. Thank you for supporting the community. We need more like you.
All right.
People talk so badly about.
I just subscribed to you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I will once you put that info in.
Thank you. I have two channels now. I have two channels. I have my hunting wisdom where my game is set up, and then I just started a channel the other day, single parents supporter, where I want to support everybody, but that channel is really focused on bringing in people who are in similar positions as myself. And getting them over to my other channel where they can find a way to be able to spend time with their family and make some money.
With dealing with other single mothers, you up for a big task.
I know.
Because a lot of women don't hold other women accountable. Are you going to be one of those women to step up and hold them accountable?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go that deep into it. Honestly, I'm not. I'm going to give them because look, that's too much. I told you I'm an empath.
I am too, but do you hear me cutting my tongue at all?
Oh, my battery's dying.
The
I
battery.
know.
So
Can
we're
you
gonna
still
let
hear
you go,
me?
Miss
Yeah,
Jackson. I
Can you
don't
we
still
want
can
you.
hear
hear
me?
I don't
you.
want you to
We can
die
Okay,
hear
out
you.
and
good.
people think that you're
Good. I'm gonna turn the
gone.
camera off, but you can still hear me.
Yeah,
Um,
you can. Yeah, you can always just turn the camera off and just have a little face or something there.
there you go.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna start closing this out. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and just put you in the back. We
All
appreciate
right.
it. We hope to see you next week. Is that all
Thank
right?
you. That is fine. I'm looking forward to it, brothers. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Have a
You're
good
going to
one.
see Black Man's Travel next week. He just happens to be in Mexico right now celebrating a birthday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all right.
All right, young lady. All right, sir. How you doing today? So I'm gonna be
Hey,
wrapping this up, but I
you
wanted
did
to
a
give
fine
you
job.
some of the final word to go there. You know,
But like I said, you hit
people.
on every point that needed to be hit on. Like I mean, beside for what type of investments to look into, and maybe that could be a part two. You know, you can go into your your risky investments, and I can go through a list of safer investments because that's just who I am as an individual. You know, I turned down multiple jobs selling stock in Series 6, Series 7's licensed companies, and I just could not do it. You know,
Yes.
I wanted to make sure, especially with people that were retiring, they were putting them in safe vehicles, that they didn't risk the money they were planning on having in retirement, and they didn't have to pay Uncle Sam exorbitant tax rates to touch the money after they were retired when
And
they
people
needed.
don't know when you start young,
Yeah,
you can risk a little more. You
yeah,
know, high
exactly.
risk become payoff. Now you don't want to
Right.
start risking your money when you get
50
in your
and
50s.
up,
Yeah.
you should be toning that down. You should be
Yeah.
toning that down, way down. Now you're looking at what the offsets of the money that you got there that's going to be taxable because you tax deferred everything. Now you're looking for write-offs against the taxable income that you're going to liquidate.
That is correct. That is correct.
But
So for the
anyway, like I
people,
said, you hit all the points. I don't
well,
really
I want
need
you
to
to hit the
touch on
last point. I
anything.
want you to give some advice to the people before I close it out. I want you to tell
I
them
mean,
some things.
first things first, get, financial literate. Go
Mhm.
do some research, take a class. There's plenty of YouTube channels that talk about financial literacy and understand how money works. Okay. You touched on it earlier. Phyllis touched on it earlier when it comes to income. Whether you're 1099, you work for a company or whatever. The game is it doesn't matter how much you make. You can make 250,000. It's how much you can keep.
Yeah.
And once you start making that kind of money, you need offsets.
Yeah.
You need, some tax write-offs. You need some liabilities. You need to take a couple hits. Negative hits are positive in the long run. A lot of people in our brain, we think, oh, we don't want to take no hits. Oh, absolutely, you do. It's a must.
Mm-hmm.
You must take losses in order to gain. It sounds crazy, but it actually works. You got it. But the things that you take hits on are also benefits. Like we
Mm-hmm.
talked about travel. He can write off every bit of his travel. A lot of the percentages on travel, depending on his flights and all the things, food, the hotel expenses, that's all budgeted against his project. Once he gets home, he runs that video or two or however many he does in a series. He can run that against YouTube AdSense. He can run it against his projected numbers, his paychecks if he's getting paid by YouTube, and he can show a projected loss or gain.
Yep.
That saves him money. That means he just spent maybe 7-10 grand on a trip. He wrote it off. Didn't cost him a dime, or it barely cost him 3,000. But guess what? He did it all on a credit card. Now he's getting all kind of frequent flyer miles and all kind of benefits on the back end. It's learning how to work the system that gains the best advantage for you.
That's
And
correct.
we are so oblivious to all the possibilities of income that you don't really have to do, but just continue to do the same old thing. Just do it a different way.
Exactly.
You're doing it already. Why not flip the way you're doing it so you can gain the biggest advantage with your money?
Yeah.
But again, that comes down with understanding how money works, percentages, compound interest, all the things he discussed.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you guys took notes. I really do.
So
Great class.
for some
Great,
of you
great.
guys, y'all might have came in late. We went through all of that. We went through why the fact you poor, how I make money, how you save money, how I use credit cards to my advantage, how I use
Mhm.
trips to my advantage, why I
Yeah.
started this YouTube channel, how we
Right.
save with that, how you ain't using your resources correctly, how you letting
Mhm.
somebody outrun you in every race. You working
How you
hard,
can
they
be a
work.
YouTuber and be broke at the same time, I do not know.
Mhm.
That's crazy to me. You spend 100, 200,000 maybe in trips and hotels and all this, and you don't know how to expense that off to where you get a write off based
Yep.
against what you spent. That is insane to me that people are out there right now with high dollar YouTube channels and don't know how to utilize to their advantage the money they're spending
Mhm.
to film that stuff.
And people
Insane.
just want to. It's weird. We just want to hear people's life. I told you, Austin Holloman live streamed for 12 hours. So from the time he woke up and started driving, he live streamed, and he had 1,000 people in there sending the money throughout. Every time he went to got a cigar, somebody threw some money in there and like, "Hey,
Somebody
cigars
lives
on."
vicariously through. So many guys live vicariously through that young man. It's ridiculous. He just
Yeah,
does not know how to
yeah,
utilize that. How many
exactly.
things do you see in his description of different things he has affiliate links with? You know, he could be selling different things. Every time he puts on a clothing line, he could be
Mhm,
marketing that clothing line. If you like
mhm.
my outfit, you can pick it up here. Go ahead and go into my description and click on a link. These are the things these guys are not thinking about.
Yes.
Multitasking themselves and utilizing. For I have affiliate links already.
Yep.
I
I
just got
got one with
affiliate. Yeah,
Amazon, and you know
I
who
just
taught
did
me that?
one. Oh,
I did a collab, man. I did a
yeah,
collab with Andrew and Andre and Andrea
yeah. I
across
let
the
mine
board.
close for a while, but I just went and I have this luggage line that I like. So I went and got a direct affiliate link with the luggage line. So every
Yeah.
time I travel, I'll be highlighting that luggage line. And then again, I'll add back the Amazon affiliate link for anything you see me with on my person or whatever. I have a direct affiliate link with Insta360 and GoPro. So I have
Mhm.
my own affiliate links with them. So anything that's being filmed with those cameras, you can go ahead and go in my description and click on those. You know, so yeah, there's so many different ways of once you're on YouTube of marketing to make money without YouTube at all.
Correct.
YouTube should be a benefit extra bonus. When you
Mhm.
start thinking about the layers of your business that are potential on this live stream or in any kind of video you produce, anything that's in that video, you should be able to market and sell. Your clothing,
Exactly.
you should be able to get with some clothing companies and see if big and tall men, what I'm looking at right now, you
Mhm.
know, trying to get aligned with a couple on them. So while I'm wearing clothes in different places, I can take a couple photos in a nice exotic place and have an affiliate link. If somebody wants to buy those clothes, I get a commission off of that.
Yep.
There's
And
so
so
many
what people
ways.
a lot of y'all don't know what affiliate marketing is. Just so I'm gonna give you a quick thing. Like if you ever watch somebody like, hey, I use Teej Henley on my face. So what that means is Teej Henley came to them and said, hey, promote this for us. So when you as a consumer go on, you're gonna save 20%. It's great for you. You're getting your Teej Henley. I get paid for that. So when he says he's doing it with Insta360, he uses the product, he puts an affiliate link in there. You go, you save money. He gets a hit for every time that you use that. And
Mhm.
so it's not about this, guys. There's people that want your knowledge. For instance, consultations. Man, I went to the lead attorney, that brother's he making a killing off of his consultations. Anton Daniels, he do coaching calls. It took me 5 months to get into that coaching call. Every day is booked up. And if he's only charging, he does it for 3 hours, but let's say he just does 1 hour. He's making
Mhm.
an additional $1,000 a week just in coaching calls,
Right.
just telling his knowledge.
Right.
And everybody out there has some knowledge because everybody's went through a struggle. But why aren't you monetizing that? I want to see everybody monetizing that. I want us to come together as a group and be able to do that. And that's what I hate sometimes about the travel space. We'll show all the booty things, we'll show that. But when you try to say, well, how do I save money? How do I get there? That's why I started making videos on that. Like, hey, I went down to St. Susua, but I went through Santiago. And this is how I saved $700. Or this is the resort I went to. This is how I saved money. Instead of going to a hotel, I stayed in the cabanas. Cabana was $15 a night, hotel $100 a night. All I was doing was sleeping and getting up. We don't want, I don't know what it is. We got secrets. We don't want anybody to know how to get there. And we ne-
That's
and
an old problem.
yeah,
Always got to be that head in charge.
yeah. But I won't hold y'all up. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna put this link back up because we had a little mishap in the beginning, about a 2-minute live stream when Kanal came on. I need to put this back. Please hit the like button. If you missed this, I went on about an hour rant. I'm sorry for that. I went on an hour rant talking, but I threw in some good information, gave y'all some great history. So please look at that. If you have any questions,
Noteworthy information. Y'all need to have a pad and a pen on playback.
yeah.
Real talk. There's a lot of knowledge that was given out tonight.
And I'm not joking about that. That's some serious stuff. For $3.99, free 99, free 99,
99 for a like. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Well, everybody, I wish y'all a good night. Please, man, this show we dedicated because you're the reason you're not successful, and we should all have some type of success. Don't be the stream hole that's stopping you from being where you need to be. Gather that information. Get it from all things. Above all things, stay fearless, baby, in everything you do, and you will be successful. Until next Friday, same time, same fearless and Lion Den's channel. We out.